liner on the Phoveus. He's had amazing performances on the hero alone throughout this point, but it got kind of shut down. Oh, Sawo.
Alpha, Bless Retribution, just to try and bring down Sawo. So again, Falcon Esports, they're fighting back. Even though they know Team Spirit has an early game advantage, they know that once it reaches the mid game, especially since that Dax was able to secure the turtle, they're not going to let Team Spirit bully them in every single lane.
Well, that's what I was going to say earlier. You know, Kid Bomba specifically played so well against the iconic pick from Royal Milk, that Phoveus. He'll probably, again, replicate it here. He's really good at usage of the Revitalize, sometimes even baiting in people to get a kill and cap out when one shot rotates down. But you can see this. The focus for Benny right now is getting some extra gold in his pockets on that bottom turret. The rest of the team's going to show up. They might force a fight.
Good catch from Dark Spear of Alpha. Not letting one shot cast that wee shadow kill, but here comes the ejector and gonna take down Dax. And Team Spirit turn things around with that jaw head pick.
Give that kill, give some money over here to Hiko. Definitely off again to a good start, at least for the gold lane. Benny's still looking for his, but relatively farmed up pretty well. Even working on the second item, already has the Hunter Strike. Meanwhile, on the other side, Hiko's still working on his first. Next Turtle's up though, so Falcon Esports will go ahead once again get a position. I think the game plan for them is just go ahead, lock down objectives, secure that, get the extra buff if you can, the extra shielding, and then hopefully you can go into some of these early fights or skirmishes. But if they don't want to fight and they take things slow, then it might work in their favor later on, depending on how Benny plays right now.
Okay, Hiko has to walk away there because the Death Sonata and Rhapsody Connect combination just really hurts for the side of Falcon Esports. So again, a no trade for Team Spirit. This is the second time they let go of the turtle. Just let Dax try to get it, and then try to go for the invade. The problem is Falcon Esports, they know this. That's why they were able to prevent Team Spirit from invading.
I feel like so many times, even in the previous game, we've seen Falcon Esports, get these little initiations, and then
okay, guys.
Not
morning, man. Good morning, good morning, good
this
morning.
time they're heavily focused on getting this.
I'm still alive. Watching M6, of course. Can't really enjoy the game that much, but yeah, can like still enjoy good competitive show. Always.
Help them out. Again, utilizing this Aurora. So I'm not sure if Benny could be in trouble. Kidex.
Okay, Glorious Pathway gonna be used up already. Falcon Esports just
I also have to tune on the quality.
In this gold day, they really want to give a lot of space for Benny and make sure that he can bully continuously Hiko, especially since this is one of Hiko's signature picks. The
Let me go to
the hero he got savage with.
Yeah, man. I mean, they wanted that turret. They got it. They cut it out. And now
Number 2x. Let us catch up to everything that is happening live.
Really finally a trade for Team
Spirit.
And
you guys know.
Really controlling the map, not letting Team Spirit look for those pickups so far. Even though Sawa has a joy.
I mean, I have already voted for Team Spirit in game as well, and it looks like they're the one that's winning. So
sticking together.
They have to again. You can already see it. They're in position.
Pretty W.
Turtle the game.
Yeah, looks like we are all caught up.
Start that up and try to blitz it if they can. We'll see if Team Spirit lets it just kind of go in the whims. BOD now picked up
already get
for Hiko.
BOD board at 6 minutes.
They're actually going to go ahead and contest this one.
Yeah, Kid Bomba just
6
zoning
minute
on Royal
board.
Milk. Okay. Got caught even with a vengeance. He's gonna turn.
Oh, they gave up. They gave away the kill. They gave away freaking Hilda to kill Bomba.
Sawo with the unstoppable force
Bomba.
They're gonna take down Kid Bomba as well.
He knows. Oh, he's still pushing. They're still trying to push. Here comes one shot.
Okay.
Get the ultimate. No, one shot. He's gonna get caught.
Snipes Dax and brings him down. What a beautiful.
In my opinion, that wasn't really worth it, man. A jungle dying.
Also for Hiko to get that kill, get the shot off.
Unfortunate
for one shot gets
yeah, it's only 7th minute. A jungle dying that wasn't really worth it in my opinion.
Spirit go ahead and find these pickoffs if they can, or force these situations if they can, and it's Falcon Esports trying to maintain that and stick together. But unfortunately for Team Spirit, those little things that build up, again, they're trying to whittle down the gold lead. It's nothing massive, but by the time this Lord does come up, expect them to go ahead and fully contest it and be in position because, again, playing around the gold laners here, they're both working on the second item right now, at least for Hiko. He's only got that BOD, and then over for Benny has a Malefic Roar, so he's going to start doing some good frontal damage to whoever decides to tank up those rapid shots and the Death Sonata.
Oh, this is
so right now they just go ahead and secure the buffs, get ready for the Lord. If they can get some more tier 1 turrets down too, especially even in the mid lane,
I guess that's better though.
Around that
That's
space
better.
advantage. But pressure now on the purple buff.
Big Glorious Pathway, a clear entry onto Hiko, so KidX just continuing to zone out Hiko as the rest of the members of Falcon Esports were trying to get the purple buff away from Royal from one shot. KidX caught in the middle here. Benny goes in with the Death Sonata as well. Gonna take a couple of shots onto Kid Bomb.
The Hilda is so freaking tanky.
Sunset Lover, I'm so surprised how many times he maintains the passive. It doesn't get popped. He does take a couple shots, of course. And like we were saying, Benny is going to be at the point, even though he hasn't gotten
claimed everything back. Like I said, like that one shot dying in that engagement where he did underneath the tier 2 down bottom, that was pretty good. But Hiko has been fun
working with the range now, which is going to be important, especially with Benny on this Granger. They both get
what is the level difference between the jungles?
But still with the flicker was able to catch Salvo with a check. Benny is going to fall down in the hands of Hiko. But a counter attack coming in from PX7 going to bring down Salvo as well. All the way going 1v1 with Royal. And he's going to win that trade.
So now Dax is the only one that is surviving for his side.
What a
He's still gonna be staying there. I don't think he can take it. They're not looking for Dax. Here comes Kid Bomba looking for Dax. He will find him. He will be going onto him, hammering him.
This is also just going to get them the objective. So Team Spirit, a big play and shifted momentum now.
Team Spirit picking up the Lord for free.
And they'll go ahead and get ready to march in with this Sunset Lover, getting the Wishing Lantern here too. And you can see, I mean, Isawo alone, the fact that he can go ahead and just kind of jump into things, and if he goes down, it doesn't really matter. As long as he got the right target, tosses them to the team, and they get a crucial opponent down, then that's great for Team Spirit. So Falcon Esports now has to be a little more cautious on that approach. Every time Sawa has that flicker available, they're probably going to go for that.
Now the conceal Team Spirit, but again, KidX will cut their path off with a Glorious Pathway, going to try and save that mid lane turret. Are they going to go for a one-shot though, with a Wiggy Shadow Kill, connecting with the Frigid Glacier as well? But Royal Milk might be too deep here.
That is where I kind of do not like Haya.
And another kill for Team Spirit.
Doesn't really do
damage. And that wasn't even with a Revitalize, they were able to go ahead and withstand a lot of that pressure already. Now the mid turret. Going to go down here, tier 1.
Anytime that Haya comes in,
as one shot gets ready
Haya
to
himself, he doesn't have a shadow, so he doesn't
pick up Haas Claws, has a little more healing now, capable for him, a little more sustainability as they work on getting the space advantage. They might even get some of the shields down.
They will be running away anyways, right?
So Falcon Esports still on the defense. KidX gotta get back, gotta heal back up here. First shield
he
down
doesn't
the bottom
really
side via pop.
damage.
Mid next tier.
That's how I like to
once that wave does push in and they make their way top. So Team
Spirit
gets a big advantage just off that first Lord, building up to almost a 5k lead.
One shot. Wants to go for the Wiggy Shadow Kill and gets down Benny! Whoa!
Now he had the one shot, he took it. He might as well.
His palms weren't sweaty that time as he was able to take down Benny. That was crucial. They need Benny to try and defend the inhibitor turrets, but Team Spirit, this was an... Oh, wait. Got caught up.
PX7 already picked up by Hiko. Tidus in trouble. He's going to be picked up by Sao most likely, They shouldn't be chasing him any longer. No, one shot is still going to be chasing him.
Catch him. One shot's going to catch him. He knows it. KidX just buying time. The rest of his team still in the base. One shot will be fine. The team gets half health on that base turret. It looks like KidX made it, but the one shot does take him down. So Falcon Esports ultimately, defensively keeps all their turrets. At least they keep the base turrets off of that. Could have gone way worse, but KidX being the sacrifice there buys them some more time.
I mean, just looking at the game, it's like a complete repeat of game number 1. It's just that it's more clashes. But right now, the difference is for Team Spirit, they had to wait for 3 Lords because, again, they didn't have that dive potential. But in this case, they have Sawa with the Jawhead, one shot with a Hayabusa. So this game for Team Spirit is actually relatively easy compared to game number 1. Because, again, they can go all in with just one injector. And looking at the way they play, they don't care if Sawa dies, as long as he gets a proper target, might it be PX7 or Ben.
Yeah, that is how you play, George. Like, you have to pick up one, then you are probably gonna be dying most likely.
Hasn't died just yet. Benny as well, though. At least he's got a win to nature, so might be able to actually help contest this. And that's why Team Spirit, given the fact that they're up this much, they still have to respect what the lineup from Falcon Esports can do.
But in these high-level
And it might
games,
be
when
better
you
for
go
them
in
to
your
just go ahead
light
and wait
punish,
for Falcon
Joyed
Esports to kind of
style with the
overcommit
unstoppable
into this
force,
area and
you
then
are going to
allow
be dragged a
Salo
little bit too
to
deep
find
into the
his
enemy
target
territories.
and toss
Then
him
you
up.
have to use
Hopefully
the
he doesn't toss
ejector
Kid X,
properly.
obviously, you know, because
And
earlier on, that's what he
nobody
did in the base, and
actually
Kid X just
brought
kinda
any
took off the glorious
freaking
pathway.
purifiers
So
against the
Hiko
Jawhead.
really up front. There's Kid X.
Oh, they want to go for it again with the glorious pathway. Fridge Invader's not going to get a one shot onto the back line. Going to force out Pixel.
Oh, now Hiko is like kind of overfarmed.
Not going to be able to take that one apart from Kid X, but Royal Mud just doing
They are so freaking healthy. They got 3 for 0.
this time. The
They are
five
also healthy,
members
so
of
this is gonna
Team
be a
Spirit,
lot
they executed
picked up by
that
the
to
side of Team
perfection.
Spirit.
I mean, forcing Kid X to use the glorious pathway early on to find and look for an angle, but Team Spirit was ready for that engagement.
Yep, Kid X wanted Hiko. He wasn't going to get him. Hiko utilizing the flicker, but not only that, but that's also why that Haas is really important, because a lot of times he's just kind of, you know, moving and gunning and getting some of that health back. And he also picked up the Sea Halbert, so that helps with that sustain that comes from Kid X alone. And just really well protected, you know, on both sides. That was the plan, but Team Spirit is just doing it way better throughout this game in game number 2. And now that they get ready for that Lord.
Saho is sitting at a higher level
down
than
the
Kid
base turrets
Bomba.
at this point, and Falcon Esports on the defense, trying to clear out the waves the best they can. Already down in the mid lane, Team Spirit looking to take this turret out. A couple shots more from Hiko from a distance will take that turret down, and still the Lord making its way. One shot, picking up the Blade of Hepsies. He might look to go in
This
again.
Lord will be
He
charging towards
assassinates
the
Benny.
base.
Benny is a crucial part for Falcon Esports to stay in game 2.
Not
as that
the
Lord
base, but the
charges now,
tower.
taking down the top base turret. They might force the situation.
Yeah.
Salo.
Oh.
Salo gets Royal.
Oh my God, that Hiko damage.
Deletes him. Kid X though with a revitalize, just doing their best to try and delay the push of Team Spirit. As one shot will work on the bottom lane turret. The rest of the members of Team Spirit trying to work on
well. There are no more minions.
They're
Almost.
gonna bring him
There's
down.
one
The
shot,
next
picking
target is
up
Benny,
Benny.
and
That's
a
GG.
full-man wipeout.
That's
for
when Hiko
Team
MVP.
Spirit.
And
That's
Team
Hiko MVP
Spirit
game.
does it again in game 2, but this time a little bit faster and really dominant in the lineup they brought to this game 2. It didn't seem like Falcon Esports had much of an answer to what was being thrown at them. And what was that? That was Salo. He was throwing everybody all around on the right mark. And Hiko
Falcons, they aren't still looking good, man. They're looking so good versus Onyx.
The damage was there in that front line again.
Speaking of versus Onyx, they went 2-0 down. Then they freaking came
and
back
Sunset
2-2.
Lover too, you know, we saw him
Then
leading
they
into the
lost the
game.
final
He was
game of
very
the series.
vocal to the team before they
we're
jumped
talking
in.
about versus
Well,
Onyx.
he's having a hell of a series
Team
too. Let's go ahead
Spirit,
and
in
throw
my
over
opinion,
to
they
the
aren't
panel
really as
and
strong
break
as
out game
Onyx.
2.
Let's see what
Gold,
Falcons
but
can do.
Gold, what is up with
I mean,
these
I voted Team
long-time
Spirit for a
veterans of
reason,
our
right?
scene, especially the
Spirit
Roamers.
has been
First
really
I thought of
freaking strong
JBL,
in
now
this
it's
tournament.
Salo bringing out the Jawhead and making it work. Again, high risk, high reward for Team Spirit, but they were definitely rewarded for the risk they took in the draft.
It's a huge reward. It was very risky to play the lineup that they did because eventually they were going to get outscaled one way or another. However, the speed of the game is what's a little surprising, right? It's not like a get a little bit of tempo and then snowball it out of control. It was very paced well. It had its moments of going a little bit faster, but it also slowed down when it needed to. It was very controlled macro-wise.
Honestly, it was such a treat. Like, if ever you did
Bro, I
have
have
doubt
so
about
many
them being able to pull off the
videos
draw
that
and
I
heading into this game, then
then
them proving us wrong all along was such a treat. And if you were to recall like the Sao Tiki era and how he's just able to manipulate the Jawhead this aggressively to show up some sort of change in terms of Team Spirit's approach. It wasn't entirely the mid-game waiting for the power spike type of Team Spirit as expected.
Yeah, we had some
Entirety of the
very strong opinions about the itemization,
entirety of the
especially in this
freaking
game number 2.
got
Can
towards
you
my
kind
lies,
of break it
they're
down,
gone,
please?
man.
Of course, I'm looking specifically at Benny, what he's going
I
for.
mean, it
This is
doesn't
his
really help
traditional
that
build, right? He likes to
almost
do this
none
every
of
single time. He
my...
plays that Granger. He
I
likes the
don't
extra bit of
understand,
utility,
none
the
of
extra bit of
mine.
attack speed every once in a while. But the thing that annoys me is the fact that he's going for Flicker.
not
He
really,
has to
never
pick his
mind.
poison of Team Spirit. Who does he want to technically run away from with that Flicker? On top of the fact that he decided to go for Warrior Boots instead of Tough Boots. He should have gone for Tough Boots in this particular game because the only people who really threaten him is if Sunset Lover flickers forward to stun him or lock him in ice, and most importantly, Sao. Because time and time again, we have seen that ejector be a very effective tool for the side of a Team Spirit. But if you can't find that space, that short amount of space to rondo away from the unstoppable force into the injector, you're basically guaranteed to die.
Yeah, and PX7 are rushing the sky here. Though we were a little bit more split on the opinion of that. At first I was like, a little bit too greedy, but at the same time I understand that they needed to equalize the burst that Team Spirit had by potentially banking on the idea of, hey,
I don't know if Gideon is correct or not. I don't think Gideon is correct there.
Especially in the early stages where they were like making sure that they had the information as to where one shot was all the time, where they were trying to
I don't think Gideon is correct there, right?
And go alongside the rotations. Of
no, Gideon might not be correct
and
there.
Apart from the fact that PX7 actually decided to
might
go
not
be.
I don't know. I have to check.
Well, which is
I have to check the interaction between Rondo and
it isn't new to us,
Unstoppable
but like
Force.
they weren't able to play it to its strengths. The mere fact that Team Spirit were the more successful team when it came to just surprise ejector plays and pickoffs towards Falcon, I don't think they had the liberty to just stand in front of Team Spirit as much as they wanted to do.
It would be pretty good.
I gotta ask you this, Gideon. At some point, from my perspective, it felt like Falcon, instead of being protect the king, protect the Granger, protect the Jushin, it looked like their front line was a little bit too preoccupied with just catching Hiko.
Well, yes and no, because again, I feel like as much as they want to play around Hiko, there's a lot of things you got to worry about, right?
I saw Kazuki at a glance.
At least if you can stop that, you can kind of outplay one shot by sticking together, maybe even getting a Winsome Nature.
I saw Kazuki at a glance.
Harder, but at the very least, they had flickers that kind of move themselves away.
Is my mic sounding right, by the way?
Especially the Frigid Breath. Now, I think here that the biggest thing for me is the fact that that early game is what caused a lot of problems for Falcon. The fact that we had to see Kid X go for an early recall, that's when the tempo fell into the hands of Spirit. And once Spirit had that tempo, you could see that they knew for a fact that One Shot was getting a little aggressive in the early game. They had to defend Benny on his side, and that just means they lose more pressure over the mid. If we had to go lane by lane basis, Sunset Lover clears the waves faster than PX7 on the Jushin. So the only way Jushin can actually keep up with him is if Kid X comes over with that concussive blast. But unfortunately, if One Shot is hovering around Benny's lane, Kid X has no choice. He has to stick around because Benny had to use that flicker early on.
And I think Kid X did a really great job if it was just about tanking all the damage. I mean,
Royal Milker.
140,000 damage in total, tanked all by Kid X. But I think the idea of him having to tank everything and just show himself into the front lines also gave that opening to Team Spirit.
What was I gonna check in the game? Why did I log into the game?
Get PX7 and Benny. It was always the most important heroes that were taken out by One Shot, especially in the latter portions of the game.
Yeah, this is another harsh reminder for us as to how powerful the Malefic gun
Good morning to you,
Oreo, is. I mean, we've mentioned in earlier in the pre-show that this is a signature for Hiko. That's one. He's
make
one
it
of the
team for
players that
MLBB Rising event.
That
No, man.
stand out of, hey,
I don't have.
The Malefic gun of the beta.
I don't have
so
energy
strong,
to.
especially with the Nibiru.
Always like that,
Every time
sadly.
Falcon would throw bodies to try and catch him, it just felt like they really could
what
not
are we
get to
looking
him.
at?
That
Like,
split their team fight, and it made
what is
One
that?
Shot
Oh, 2
just
kills
have a
compared to
feast.
1? Is that what we are looking at?
Feasting on Falcon throughout this game on this
Coward.
Hayabusa. I would not be surprised if this.
Bro, what is this stat, man, guys? What is this? What is this stat? Oh, this is turtle. This is turtle. Falcons, they got 2 turtles, but like I say, guys, turtle doesn't even matter.
Early and item power sparks, and
So insane, man. I don't even have people to play with.
Shot on that Hayabusa.
My friends already have a team. I don't have people that are reliable to play with, bro. Not in anywhere. So there's no point. I'm not creating a squad or shit, bro.
And most importantly, they understood how power spikes work, and they
It's
utilized
whatever,
it to
bro. I don't
maximize
really
it.
enjoy a game like that. I love absolutely don't get me wrong.
Push that idea even
I do enjoy playing the game, but
2 full minutes
making a squad,
One
guys,
Shot
no,
got
not
his second
really.
item. That's how you
not
know
good,
that Hayabusa went fast with the farm.
I mean, there was also this existing
Let's
level
not
gap
talk about
between
that.
them for the longest time throughout that game. That
One shot once again getting the MVP. I said that's the
Because
Hiko
even
MVP
until the
game.
very end,
One
it
shot getting the
didn't
MVP
feel
once
like-
again, huh?
It didn't feel like it didn't feel like Falcon Esports were able to find a way to deal with Team Spirit.
Yeah.
Even like the moment wherein Kid X just had to run away from everything and all the way to Team Spirit's base. It was just like an inevitable means to buy time either way for Falcon Esports.
Why don't you join your friend's stream, Instant?
Lose that game.
I have
No one to play? Yeah,
It
basically,
just felt
bro.
like Falcons were chasing the coattails of Team Spirit throughout.
I
the
don't have
entire
like
match. I feel
5
like,
people to play with.
unfortunately,
No.
this is all due to the fact that they didn't have control over that mid lane. PX7 is always late to these fights, and because Kid X died early on and had to recall.
I think
early,
most of the
then
time, the
in
most
lane,
games I played with it's
that pressure
Rezox, and
eventually
he
started
doesn't
to
even
eat
show up
every single
always.
part of the map.
He is
And once
busy
Team
with
Spirit
college
got
and
into that
everything. He
third
lives
turtle,
alone,
this very,
so makes
next
sense.
board fight, you could see the gold difference making such a huge impact in that first initial engagement, right? The front lines cannot hold on. They're not running
What do you
double
mean
revive
full,
lines
bro?
here.
What do you
And even
mean
Royal
full?
Milk, with the vengeance, did not have enough for the really scaled Pico.
Yeah, it seems like Team Spirit, with them drafting red side in both of these games, they... if
Okay,
you
Insane,
draft
I will
something
give you
along
this.
the
Why don't you
line of
create
them
the
get
whatever
with,
that
Falcon
bullshit
get
is,
their
and I will
Juicing and
Yeah.
I will
get
join,
the
okay?
focus.
Whatever.
That now they've completely showed they're so ready to answer that. They've prepared for that, they've strategized for it, and it's shown the first 2 games that now.
Do you
if
remember
it's a side
Romar?
switch, or even if it remains, Falcon definitely has to wipe the board now and think, are we willing to get the juice in right away as a first pick? It's not working
join
for
it,
us. They're
whatever,
prepared
okay?
for it. Do we still really want to get the Fovies and Royal Milk, even though he was killer on it, but they're still ready for it? I feel like now the adjustments that Falcon has to make is way bigger compared to the little adjustments.
Why not you create?
I
Not
agree, but I
really.
don't think they have to make too big of an adjustment, right? A couple of things that they could do, I wouldn't say a little bit better, but maybe to think about, you know, food for thought, some may say. Hilda is, as much as Hilda isn't doing quote-unquote...
I remember, oh yeah, his name was something like that, then he changed it to Romar. I only remember the Romar name because that's where I saw him online the last time. He was such an one trick, right? His Carmela was pretty decent, not gonna lie. Decent is where I will stop. His Franco was also kinda good. Kinda.
Tempo is such a key concept for the side of Team Spirit, and that's why they're
Kinda.
looking overall better.
Problem, you know,
They're
man,
always
you know.
chasing them, right?
Yeah.
We need
It is really hard for me, right? Like, I don't wanna come up,
So
like,
now
guys,
I feel like
even though I'm a pretty harsh guy, quote unquote harsh, okay? I do
guess
not have my
for Falcon
face cam on, I am
That's
doing
the
the
way
quote unquote
maybe a
thing.
consideration for
I'm not
teams.
actually harsh,
Yeah,
guys.
I
Like,
mean, I think,
from my
the
heart, guys,
entire
I'm a pretty
idea of
soft
having
guy,
the
okay?
Jushin
I mean,
Prio
most of the
as
time,
entails that you have to
I'm
do
pretty
good when it
hard
comes to
spoken.
the
That's
team
how I
fights,
was like
that you have to
raised
get
up.
better
I'm
at
not from a
opponents when it comes to team
generation
fights.
of
Team Spirit seems like a different version.
else, I
right
guess.
now.
We
It's
had
like they
discipline.
attack so much that we aren't
We
entirely
had
just focusing on their
discipline.
lane-to-lane
In
matchups,
our
but
schools,
also
our
on the way
teachers
being able
used to
execute
freaking
their
break
team fights.
skills
And
on our
Falcon,
hands and shit.
we
So
haven't seen much of
that's
them
where
yet
like
in
that's
terms
the
of
generation that
team
I
fighting.
come up
That's
from.
one thing we
And
haven't
being
seen
from that
them.
generation, I'm not gonna be quote unquote
Dragons
that
are
soft
looking
soft
very
spoken
sharp,
or
sharp
sweetheart
in-game,
anyways, right?
get some
Whatever,
really
like
cool
something like
skins.
that.
Then from November 22
I mean,
to December 29, the
mostly
will be available for a
by
limited
my
time.
mouth, I'm pretty
50
harsh, but
diamonds,
my
you
heart,
get
guys, I'm
that,
not really that harsh.
you get the
Okay, so I
chest, you
don't
get
really wanna put
XP for
myself
your
into
pass. If you
into
don't
that
have the pass
position.
Yet, you can get the M6 pass, and at the same time,
It's
you
it's
start
not
working on your
enjoyable.
progress of
Let's not
unlocking
do
the
that.
broad challenger
Let's not
spark
put
skin.
myself into
Remember
that
when posting
position.
about MLBB, use the hashtags.
I'll just
hashtag
enjoy the
forever,
solo queue
hashtag MLBB
as much as I
hashtag
can.
Mobile Legends, bang,
If somebody
bang.
ever
Now,
invites me to
Team
play,
Spirit
I will go and play with
Team
them.
Spirit at match
Do my job for
1
the team
game
and
away from making it to Axiata Arena and
That's all, man,
continuing
that's
their run here as the sole team outside of Southeast Asia. Just a bit we're gonna be
Right,
going
for example, okay,
onto the
Insane,
stage.
don't take it
Yeah,
that
got our
personally or
report
anything. I
for
really
ya.
feel good
So,
this
we're gonna take a
morning.
quick little breather. Here's
I have a peace of my mind. I have a massive peace of my
Thank you,
mind.
boys.
Oh, they're
Hey, everyone,
interviewing
it's me,
somebody.
Eterna, alongside with Michelle courtside, and with us we have the team manager from Falcons Esports. We have Gina, and of course his lovely translator Nancy. So we're gonna cut to the chase here, Gina. It looks like now Falcon Esports, they are behind 2-0 against Team Spirit.
So the
How are
thing
you feeling
is,
about this? Any concern, nervousness? Do you think your team can come back?
is this the coach or what?
I think my team will be compared because I'm no worry for them. They can fight until they win. Yeah.
So you're confident that they can come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Guys, try like playing the game. Bro, Michelle, look where Michelle is wearing the watch. What the hell, Michelle? Hello, Michelle?
Can you
Michelle?
For the players,
Bro, that's the watch that she's wearing on her freaking bicep.
I don't have anything to say, but I want to tell to my player.
Bro,
I love you guys.
so like
You
I
can
was
do it,
saying,
bro.
man.
I love it. I love the support. I love the support coming through. And we were wondering as well, right? We've seen Falcon Esports before.
By the way, do you
We've
know
seen
you already
them
got this
before
kind of
where
thing
they
of
achieved
Call of Duty
56th
Mobile? What kind of
place
thing, by the way?
back then. How does it feel
That
now?
style, that's
that
not
they
a good one though. I don't
possibly end
know.
up top 4 for M6.
That's
Can I?
So how does it feel now back at 56th place Falcon Esports?
Bro, Insane, take this really little thing as an example, okay? You played a lot of freaking edit game. I saw you having India number something like 29 or something edit, okay? You had the MMRs on edit. And I constantly tell you, please do not use your onward that way. You do not use your onward that way, right? You will be freaking hitting Earth Shatter onto freaking minions when we are about to get engaged on. You will be using your onwards and missing the onwards a lot. I keep on have to tell you, do not use it that way. Do not use it that way. And I keep on have to telling you, like even after a month. Like most people, I do see the potential in them. They do not want to improve for some reason. That is the thing that absolutely bumps me.
Supporting and backup for your team.
So that's why, man, I don't even bother myself with this.
I really appreciate that, and I thank you to supporting us. We were trying the best.
Most of the rumors I see,
We were
Rezox,
get the champion and get back to our country. Yeah.
Amazing.
Rezox, keep on, man. Like same thing with
I
Rezox as
want to
well,
ask, is
bro.
it true that you're Kidex's cousin?
Offended and reported.
Okay.
Thank you, bro.
All right. So Kidex is right in front of you right now.
Oh, the esports
Gonna
like
play once
thing.
again, Team Spirit.
Whole region in
Do you have any
Snapdragon Pro
message to
Series
him,
tournament.
as well as
Whole
the
region?
rest of the
What
team?
region?
I don't have anything to say. My brother is really good at.
That thing is what I improved
and,
the most over the last year. It's my map
performance,
panning.
and I think
A
he
map
can do
panning
it.
didn't used to exist at all. If you go and watch how GD Aiko play, that boy never a single time
All
pans
right,
his
so
map.
there it is,
That's
ladies
a
and gentlemen,
pretty
team
crucial part
manager
that is
Falcon Esports.
missing
We're
out from
gonna
his
throw it
game.
back to the panel. Good luck,
And once I also
everybody.
thought, man, I don't
We'll
really
see
need to
you
map
in
pan.
the
I
next
already play
report.
good. I get good KDS. I win games. I perform good. But man, ever since I started panning the map, it makes a huge difference in my game compared to like 1 year ago and how I play now. The gameplay it improved a lot over a year, but I had to try. I had to try at first. Consciously, I had to try, and then it right now it's an unconscious thing.
Long, tough journey because these
No, it's not an unconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing. But at least, man, you have to try to like make a change at first. Only then the change will happen. I am trying to also make another change. I am trying not to curse that much, okay, whenever I'm streaming. Trying to not curse that much. And you guys are the one that's gonna be in charge of that, man. You guys are the one that will make me change it. So,
and they took Fnatic
thanks for the help, I guess.
to the limit.
South Asia.
Well, yes, they did.
What
but I
South
don't think they
Asia?
were
Oh,
expecting
Snapdragon
that
Pro
type of
Series. What are you talking about, man? Can you write the sentence
And I
fully?
think that right now, Ren is playing a very nasty mind game of like, hey, you ban out one of our potential picks. Let's turn the entire composition around. We're not going to play your game anymore, and it feels like it's never on their terms. We need to see them take control here in game number 3.
Let's see how they're going to take control in the draft. It seems like from the very beginning, the draft, it's not
Okay,
even
here we are into
it's a
the draft
condition
for
now.
game number 3.
Win the draft,
Okay, now
win
make
the
a
game.
team. I wanna
Like,
reach
even
at
Sasa
top
Lover said, this one, it feels like
300 in this tournament
50%
as I
of the games
get
now
in
are
Call of
determined
Duty.
by drafts.
As I got in
Because
Call of Duty
of their
Mobile.
lengthy games,
Oh, bro.
they frequently
I will not make a
leave the
team. If you make a
contest for
team, I will
Lords.
join it. Okay,
That's
I give you
actually
that
has
much.
the
Come on, bro.
most Lord kills. So that's Lord Securus in
Come
this
on,
tournament
bro.
so far with 15, tied with Favians from Team Liquid ID. Yeah, with 15 as well, of course. That's what tied means.
With 15 and 15, it only means that these games are going to get
Same
longer
thing that Rezox also make this kind of mistake, man. Rezox will be level 3 and pulling the turtle.
from Spirit.
Even though he sees me not in position, it's not me that's not in position, okay? I usually do not take the position for taking up turtle. You know why I do not do that? I see my freaking jungle. I am level 5. I'm level 5 as in jungle. I do not go and position myself for the turtle. You know why? Because my mages will be most of the time out of the position. Mage will be out of the position like 70% of the time, at least 70% of the time. And my EXP will be out of position when we are like trying to take the turtle for like
He can play a defensive
100% of the time. My freaking EXP will never help the turtle. So,
as well.
and Rezox is the one who will always fucking force the turtle. At he's still level 3,
Big highlight player.
and he's the one who will be like pulling out the turtle. Then I am obliged to like go and help my roamer and my brother,
That's the 5 and his joy
and we all get popped because my mage will not be helping, my EXP will not be helping. The enemies will freaking be like 4v1ing, 4v2ing us at the turtle.
Next thing you know, one shots.
Now that's a really massive thing, that mistake that Rezox make.
Now Falcon Esports, they banned the Jushin, they banned the
This is how whenever I play like something like YSS, I know to give up the turtle, and that is why I guess most of the time I do not die early with YSS and end up winning the game, because I'm farming and not dying.
Or securing that.
These are like pretty little mistakes, little habits that people have that don't even want to change those, right?
Depending on what Team Spirit would like to ban for their,
Okay, then give me a goofy profile at least. Nah, you figure everything out by yourself. I'm right now like streaming and watching M6, right? I don't know.
Spirit to go pick the Bruno. And they go ahead and pick it up.
All right, so now they got their Bruno.
It is just a tournament which was sponsored, was or is.
At least 90 plus in terms of pick and ban. It's always picked or banned in these matches. Let's see how Team Spirit is going to respond this time round, because
I'm always like up for practicing. I'm always up for ideas. If you guys fucking tell me go and play mid lane, give us Valentina, give us Zaz, give us anything, I'll do it for you guys, man. If somebody, I really want a shot caller in my team that is better than me at shot calling, I just wanna fucking shut the fuck up and play the game according to whatever the fuck is like calling for, okay? But I went and played with Bolty's team. There's no shot callers there. Ryu kinda understands the game, but he zones out at times. Okay, Ryu really zones out at times, and he stops giving calls.
The first two picks are let's answer the Bruno.
So it doesn't really help, man. Whenever you are playing a carry role, right, like marksman or jungle, like shot calling shouldn't be for your shot calling. Mostly should be coming from mage or roam.
So let's see. They play the Fredrin Bruno into the Eve, but it is the Hayabusa they're up against in the jungle. They pick up the CC.
I don't like it.
I mean, they changed the hero for Dax, but will this be the best option?
At least try to enjoy that, bro. I don't even have to enjoy to do good at things at this point, okay? I don't even have to enjoy to do good at things at this point, bro.
Dominant. We want something that is able to win out his lane, but it has zero lane pressure in terms of just raw pushing, right? So with this,
I am enjoying ML pretty much. Who tells you I don't enjoy, man? Go and check out my Brawl MVP, Rafaela with Sky Piercer, man. I am enjoying the game, bro.
5v4s around neutral objectives.
See if Team Spirit will fight with a slow Roam EXP front.
My goodness.
Oh, and they go glue too. And that's another pick to give a massive headache on that Fredrin.
I wish it was just a glue, but this is Kid Bomba's glue. Yeah. And it's been denied him countless times.
If Kid Bomba getting the glue, okay, let's say, you know what, Fairness is open.
I do enjoy the game. I'm a pretty fucking nice guy as well, okay?
No, you just ban it. I think if you're
I'm not an easy or an sweetheart guy. I'm a nice guy. But the thing is, in order for you to get respect from me, you do have to deserve that respect. Then I will give you the respect.
Is usually the go-to in terms of the bans, but
there was this guy, if you check my history, where I played the Jawhead roam, I roamed for this Hayabusa who actually who picked up Hayabusa, okay? I told him, bro, I wanted to fan him, man. Why did you pick Hayabusa? He said, okay, like swap the Hayabusa with Franco. I said, no, man, you play the Hayabusa. He had a nice Hayabusa skin. He had the Exorcist Hayabusa skin. I told him, man, you play the Hayabusa. Enjoy the game. I'll roam for you.
the blind CC. It hurts, but it's going fast. But they're also
That's not how I usually roll with roll like in solo queue, right? He thought that Hayabusa is a good pick. He picked Hayabusa. I don't really vibe with the Hayabusa that much. It's a snowball for blind hero,
the
right?
linchpin of your draft now.
If your team isn't gonna, oh, speaking of Hayabusa, Team Spirit is picking up the Hayabusa again.
Yeah. I'm also thinking about the 1-1 possibility here for Hiko even, if like...
Oh, yes.
And this is the situation where the Hayabusa might look absolutely foolish, okay?
On the front lines, the melee hero,
Pay attention.
that their range is kind of limited just from the Bruno right now. And I don't think that they'd be trying to pick up the far side.
I don't really like to play the Hayabusa
position as well. So they reserve their gold later for later.
done. It's
And
done.
now
Oh,
this Falcon
the
Esports
comp
gold,
coming in from Team
TSM
Spirit's not looking bad, guys.
Valentina's still there.
But I think this is gonna be Beatrix once again, okay?
But like,
Yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be Beatrix again.
Even Loi feels kind of bad, right? It really depends.
Falcon's already locked in their draft. There comes the Farsha.
At this point, I feel
And
like
this
you
final
don't
pick
have
is gonna
a
be like,
choice,
oh,
and they-
chip.
With the
Nah.
chip, maybe they can come up with
Not
some more
that
creative
chip.
angles here. Falcons really have to execute a strong game
The
because
Hayabusa ended up getting the MVP.
TS has got the draft down to 18.
But me and Rizak are doing so much, keeping
This
a
is a
vision.
winning draft for Team Spirit. But Falcon might just be able to pull off some moves in the game
yeah.
to force game number 4. But whether
Yeah, I
it's
wanted to
Ranger-
Fanny. He picked up Hayabusa. He said like to swap the Franco with him. The enemies then picks up Franco. I told him, bro, go and enjoy your Hayabusa game. I'll roam for you. I picked the
Either way, you're
shot.
chunking out your opponent.
And I kept on throwing fucking Franco at his face.
Ranger, and now you're just gonna let one shot just do his thing. Well done. Well done. Beautiful draft by Team Spirit.
Team Spirit might have just already secured game number 3 in the draft alone. But if we know Myanmar and we,
And of
if we
course in
know
this game,
Falcon,
Hayabusa will looking
they will
good. He has
fight,
like 2
they
tanks.
will claw, and they will
Khalid.
try to
Rizak's playing
continue
Khalid and I'm
flying to go
enjoying.
to Akshada Arena. Potentially the last game. Is it Force 4 or end it here?
It's a great question to ask here, panel. Thank you again for breaking it down. It's match point for Team Spirit. Again, I'm Nice and this is Ingon to bring you potentially the last game, but can Falcon Esports bring a game in their favor to extend the series? They've done it before. Can they do it here?
I mean, just looking at the draft, I agree. Team Spirit has one, but again,
There is this Gushian game in my history.
Falcon Esports can
With this Lilia in my team wondering why we were losing the game.
if they can outplay.
It's a lightning crunch on Lilia, and the Lilia's partner, he's playing a bootless Argus with whatever that build
But
is.
we might have to wait.
0-7-1 Argus.
Once again,
Lilia is wondering how we are losing the game. She has lightning crunching on Lilia.
Team Spirit is closer than ever at match point right now. A different draft again this time around for both teams. But nonetheless, the game plan for Team Spirit and Falcon Esports is the same. But I think that's the big question. Falcon Esports got their picks. I mean, for Benny
it's
specifically, gets the Bruno. This guy's got a
Oh
huge win
wait,
on this hero
Paul says
alone, a signature pick
Leslie,
for him.
aspirant
But is it going to
king.
be enough to actually go against
Wow.
what Team Spirit brought to the table? Looking at the emblems real quick too, he's got that little extra defense, of course, the tenacity, some of that extra crit, quantum charge is what he's running.
You're so instant
Flicker
are
to
you
help
making
him out,
shit, man?
But also is going to have to rely on Kid X. And over on the other side, Hiko has been
That is
phenomenal.
interesting. Like
Just
one
again, the
shot
youngest player
is
right now
going for the
in
attack
the
speed
whole
boot. He
tournament.
doesn't
He's
even
doing
think he
great.
needs
I
the top
mean,
boots
even though
this
he
game,
gets his
huh?
hands on the Granger, another favorite.
He doesn't
because
even
when he
think he
does
needs the
see
top boots this
something
game.
like the
Wow.
Bruno cross from him.
And he's gonna get a kill.
Royal Milk
Yup,
right
here comes the
away.
fucking first
Wiki
blood
Shadow
into the hands
will
of one
do the
shot.
job for one shot to take away Royal Milk. And I was about to say, apart from Benny who needs to step up, it's also Royal Milk. Because if we're going to look back at how Falcon Esports played against Fnatic on the Philippines, this was actually Royal Milk popping off in the early game. So they had to rely on the XP lane to dominate that laning phase and eventually let Benny reach his power spike early on and just wreak havoc against their teams. But with an early kill onto the CC, this might just be the same story that we've seen for Game 1 and Game 2.
And part of that is the fact that that early kill, that first blood, went in the hands of One Shot. And I said this in the last game, you know, One Shot didn't get that first blood, but he was part of it.
I do enjoy, I do really enjoy like,
it gives you that confidence also.
whenever I'm playing with Falls though, I really enjoy it. So he has a really nice vibe.
Advantage. And maybe that's why Dax still went with his Fredrin.
Whoa.
They're gonna do so successfully.
That's actually gonna be picking up the kill and the glue.
To dish out the damage onto Kid Bomba and Team Spirit.
That's the vital time to picking. Oi, there goes the one shot. This is where I was like, kinda. It is sus not picking up the top boots this game. Okay, he got stunned up by PX7 and then Kid X.
Control the first turtle.
Well, there's what you
This
need
is
to
where
do.
it was kind of sus for
And
me.
you want to extend the series. You shut down a one-shot. Great usage of all the tools they had in their favor. Not only that, they started that fight again on Kid Bomba. It looked like Team Spirit was like, you know what, we do want to rotate. We do want to go ahead and contest this or grab that first turtle even after getting the first blood. But then they got punished.
Yeah, again, that first blood from a one-shot to take down Royal Milk might just be more disadvantageous for Team Spirit because that enabled them to, you know, go for the dash.
Kid Bomba, he's not ahead at all. But he's still doing good. What a play from Bomba! Oh my god, no! He dashed. Oh my god, what did he do? As I was fucking praising Kid Bomba, did you guys see what he did? He didn't. Oh my god, he didn't detach the right way.
One shot. He go now picking up the first item, gets the 100.
Just reaching Assam qualifier 1 will be enough for me. Bro, what do you mean? I don't have any idea how that thing is working, bro.
Just the AOG was just there for safety in case Falcon Esports PX7 was going to use the wings by wings, but real world manipulation at this point was more than enough to stun out PX7, even if it's a Farsa with the wings by wings. So right now, Team Spirit, they're upping the tempo, and this was actually Gideon was saying a while ago. If you want to go against Team Spirit, if you want to beat them, you really have to control the tempo. You cannot let Team Spirit dictate the pace of the game, as we've seen from game number 1 and game number 2 as one.
Okay, Hiko rotating mid lane for his stack.
Again, if they win this, if Team Spirit
Here
ends
comes
up
Tao
getting a sweep,
on the
I think a
data.
lot of people would say they're surprised because I heard different things coming.
Neither do I, lol, bro.
After what we saw, the
Go and freaking research on it, then make a team and shit, bro.
Just previously,
We do not have players. Then again, man, where the fuck do we put you? Where do we put you, man?
Team Spirit that has improved obviously throughout all the M series.
Every win counts, same as CODM. Where the frick do we put you?
Man,
You don't want to play it seriously, I guess.
individually, but as a team as well, and it really shows in all the lanes. And they make that synergy really pop off, and you allow every one of them to shine in their role.
I mean, maybe that's a low.
Oh, your phone isn't even good, you tell me. You tell me that your phone isn't even good, and I do believe you.
Kind of a more
Do you play in like 60 FPS and the low graphics? How does your settings look? You do play in like smooth and high, right? High frame rate and smooth graphics, right? I can adapt to all them. That's not true though, bro.
They've got the second turtle again for Falcon Esports. One shot.
That's not true though, bro.
Royal Milk, is it gonna be enough though? It won't. But again, that's just one shot saying that you have to.
Rezox always roams, but I'm thinking I'll fucking be trying to switch him to EXP then.
Here on the bottom side, Sawo.
Then again, man. I have to tell Rezox, bro, I'm the jungle, give me your minions, bro. Go elsewhere, provide vision.
Plus the crash course is more than enough to bring down Sawo, and Sawo didn't even drop his revitalize.
And whenever I play EXP then, guys, I will be telling my jungle, yo, jungle, go and freaking farm my freaking minions, man. I'm gonna go and give vision. I'm not an hypocrite. Did Dax actually get that buff? Dax did get that buff, didn't he?
Dax is doing about the best he can. Obviously with
medium and medium. It ain't much. No, you cannot be doing medium and medium. Insane. You see, bro, you don't even know how to set up your freaking graphic settings, bro. There goes one shot. This is where I said that I do not like the Hayabusa. And this game you guys will feel it, why I do not like the Hayabusa. Anyways, what did I tell you? I told you to play in high and smooth, okay? Try high and smooth. It's gonna be performing better. High and smooth. 60 FPS and smooth graphics.
Visiting up every single time, you know, able to find Royal Milk. Mid lane, Sunset Lover in trouble. Oh, okay.
Gonna go on Kid Bomba. Forced to use the ultimate, but got cancelled out by Dax. Okay, here's the ultimate.
Oh.
Real manipulation is there, but they're gonna be able to take.
Yeah, this game might be gone for from the grasp of Team Spirit at this point. If they cannot,
he's gonna be able to dash out. And again, Team Spirit.
I don't know what Team Spirit can do here though.
Now you see Falcon Esports, the version that
they have Hayabusa jungle. I don't know what they can do here.
They're now controlling the pace and the tempo.
Controlling the pace. Dax doing work, like I mentioned earlier. You know, a lot of times when team fights happening
It's
around
high
the map, he's like, you know
FPS
what,
and
I'm just gonna
ultra
go ahead and grab these
graphics. No,
objectives,
no,
focus
no.
on the
I
turret.
really
This
doubted
is
that.
should
Oh,
be
if your
three
phone
for
has
three.
ultra
I don't
graphics,
think
man,
one shot's gonna
you
be
don't
able
have
to steal
that
this
crash
out.
up in phone.
Does try to get in position,
Bro,
but it's gonna be
what do you
solid
mean
in
your
this
phone
fight.
can
So
reach ultra graphics? Are you
Okaxis
kidding me?
has control over the objectives, and there it is, 3 for 3 now. As long as Falcon Esports just focuses on that.
Yeah, man. If you wanna freaking play seriously, you keep on complaining about your device lags, okay? So this is where, guys, I told you I do not like the Hayabusa. It doesn't do valid damage most of the time.
Manipulation is there. Team Spirit.
I know what I'm talking about. Here goes Dax. He's gonna be picked up by Hiko. That's a massive kill over to the Granger. Kid Bomber might be in trouble. Never mind. Uses the Swiss Blade. Hiko picking up another one. Massive from Hiko. We Hiko, do not do too much. Hiko, oh, nice use of the Rondo. But your jungle is the one that has to play because of you making that stupid play, bro.
Oh man, one shot, you know, getting caught in
that is Hiko's fault, okay? That is Hiko's fault.
But someone's got to do something.
If you wanna freaking play the game seriously, man, use high and smooth, okay? High frame rate, like 60 FPS and smooth graphics.
If you want to get the upper hand. And
the game is totally playable at lower graphics, but not at lower frame rate. I play at 120 FPS whenever I drop from 120 to freaking 120. Becomes kind of disgusting for my eyes.
So as long as they play around the feathered airstrike, Falcon Esports might be able to go ahead and get some more map control here.
You know, honestly, at this rate, Falcon Esports, with the lead that they established, the only thing that could actually make them lose might just be the positioning once again of Kid X. Again, you have the luxury of using.
Okay, my Maggie is gone. Those, I'm still hungry.
Crucial positions to try and get.
Hey, oh, here comes Gato. Royal Milk is gone for. Very good pickup from the side of.
But that was more than enough to bring down Royal Milk.
Oh, look at this. The possible response to it. It's going to get spotted out, though.
Double boost check from Ranger.
Death Sonata. That turret's nearly going to go down.
Nah, Hiko might be doing something that is not that ideal, guys. Hiko might be making a mistake when playing Ranger, which is he's using his demonic energy to freaking everything he sees on.
They might be able to go for a pick off if they can before they actually commit.
That might actually be a mistake. I don't know. If you guys notice the Granger's energy, if you notice the demonic energy, the demonic one is the one which is red, okay? That thing takes a lot of time to recharge. Somebody was saying that you shouldn't be hitting everything with your demonic energy.
Not really with an advantage that they're looking for in terms of space.
That might actually be valid. I do kind of I make that play a lot too, hitting everything with my ultimate. Somebody was telling me make your ultimate make count. It was my own inner voice, anyways.
No casualties for Falcon Esports.
So casualties, solid.
I saw it in like MCL tournament, but very weak.
We'll see if they actually commit
at early stage. Your backers wins will be carried to next week. MRO matches to help you in the progress. I don't know what we're talking about. I'll have to check it out later, bro.
Falcon Esports has been on point for this game. We'll see if they're able to utilize this now and get more momentum in their favor as they work on this tier 2.
I don't know.
Benny knocking it down. Turret falls again. The feathered airstrike has been
the demonic energy from Granger. It really requires if you pay attention to the freaking red bar, it doesn't really fill up that fast. Okay.
Execute Fredrin up against Eve, especially if you were going to play around the real world manipulation. But for some reason, Falcon Esports was able to work around that, really heavily utilizing the fact that they have Kid X with a shortcut that they can just really go for the backline, avoid the real world manipulation. But apart from that, I'd like to commend Royal Milk because Royal Milk has been a huge distraction for Falcon.
What is Granger, man? What skin do I have on Granger or Lightbound?
Go for Royal Milk because he knows that he can't go for Benny. Benny has a lot of
India rank qualifier will get diamonds. Fuck diamonds. I don't care about diamonds.
Protecting the precedent all over.
It's not gonna be much diamonds anyway.
The story of the two teams for the most part. But this time around, so important for Benny and really relying on it. And PX7's been doing a phenomenal job himself, just kind of locking things down with Feathered Airstrike. You would think
up to 50k for the entire team, so
that's the best opportunity for Team.
Yeah. Okay, Insane. Here is your answer. Yeah.
Again, Chip, a hero that was so dominant before, you know, brought so much presence to the map, still does, but is a little bit less successful than it was previously when it was always contended or banned out in some way or another. But Kid X has done a good job, whether it's concealed play, whether he's dropping down the shortcut to collapse down on one shot when one shot makes a play.
Oh no. Both the energy, it's called demonic energy.
A hell of a time, man. He's been getting focused down for so long. Well, now he can buy himself more time. He's quite tanky himself, even with the Oracle now. So Royal Milk's biggest thing is he's just the distraction at this point. You know, get a lot of that focus.
Yeah, both both the bars, it's called demonic energy. And he has an energy for gun and one energy for cannon. The cannon is the one which is the red one for the ultimate.
It could be a double-edged sword for Falcon.
And the freaking other one is for gun. The grey one is for gun, of course.
That was trying to defend their inhibitor-based turret, and because the chit
Granger is pretty strong right now.
Turn things around, and that could be the same story for the side of Team Spirit to utilize the over-aggression, the false sense of confidence that they're getting with the
Yeah.
a huge map control. So right now, Team Spirit, the main objective, again, is to try and target Benny, prevent his early game power spike, and as much as possible, just literally try to, look for entry points that Kid X could utilize against them.
Right now, they're just trying to control from losing their side of the jungle, because Falcon Esports has been all over the place, playing around the advantage that they have. Again, even down to the turrets, Team Spirit only has one turret down, and that's in the bottom lane. So now, on that side of that bottom lane, the Lord does come up. Falcon will get in position. One shot checks things out. He's going to get the information he needs. I don't think you want to go ahead and walk up to this. They might just give this away. It's going to be blitzed down. They go in.
One shot.
Shot.
Let's see. Okay.
Yo, one shot? No, he couldn't secure the Lord.
Here comes the attack of Falcon Esports. Royal Milk just trying to
Nah, man, one shot is gonna fall again. This is where I told you guys, I do not like the Hayabusa here. And the Hayabusa, he doesn't have the tough boots, right?
Yeah, little.
Yeah, this is not ideal. Going for the freaking attacks with like what is that boot called? It's not sweep. What is that boot called? No, it is called sweep. No, is it sweep or rapid?
But then also gets kind of caught.
Do I have it in my history? Let me check.
With that, Falcon Esports not only gets that Lord, but they'll take some of these base turrets too. Feathered airstrike already enough to drop down as Royal Milk just.
Yeah, it is called sweep boot. Of course, the freaking chocolate me has the sweep boots. Makes sense, guys. Makes sense. The guy that picks up chocolate, he has the sweep boot.
Royal Milk.
It's a Mia. It's a Mia.
Overstayed your welcome, and he will take you down. This might be Team Spirit opening to try and save their inhibitor turrets in the top and mid lane as they work on the second Lord up top.
Yeah, he did overstay. I mean, I guess he's just showing him yo-yo tricks is what he wanted to do because it was him versus 3, and the Lord is going to be worked on. It's taken out. They lose that base turret, though. Down the bottom side, Sawa jumps in.
PX7 was able to evade that with the wing spike, but here comes one shot.
Oh, PX7 was still taking a decent amount of damage from that Ogi's shadow kill.
2 ultimates used up by Team Spirit, but they failed again to take down a major damage.
Do they have anything the side of Team Spirit, bro?
The amount of damage Sunset
Can they make a comeback?
Set up alongside him. Whenever that real world manipulation,
they have the Eve, right?
Down, you kind of have some free reign.
Yeah, they do have the Eve and the Gato. Those two can make a comeback. Kid Bomba has flicker, right? He can probably flicker onto the Farsha, probably. But then again, man, Farsha can just freaking fly away. That's a big problem.
But even that being said, like they could still technically.
Yeah, you can get onto the Farsha. Then the Farsha can just fly away. That's gonna be a massive problem. I wanna see how the interaction works. Whenever like Farsha is getting ridden by getting rolled by glue. What happens if Farsha flies out of the map? Oh my god, they are picking up Hiko. Here comes Royal Milk. Here goes Sunset Lover. Bye bye. Okay, this is over, guys. Game is over. I told you guys, this draft wasn't looking, especially because of the Haya. Haya jungle isn't the thing they needed this game. They needed something else, man. Which is
Royal Milk.
They needed something like
Alpha
was Alpha banned out.
Into the base, work on the turret.
Now this game over, man. I don't even have to check anymore.
Left alone, taking the shots, they clear it out, and Falcon Esports.
Let me check out the draft.
Another energy run.
Done it before. Can they do it here?
I mean, just looking at the draft, I agree.
Okay.
Team Spirit
Let's check the draft. Oh no, not this page. Not this page. A little bit ago. A little bit ahead.
280. This should be a Granger
Oh, I see what happened. They picked up the Hayabusa so early. Yeah, the Hayabusa was the first pick from their side. And this is a pretty vital game to be throwing a point, okay? Mm, yeah, Hayabusa was their first pick there, no? I mean, there's no question for Alpha once you already picked up your, once you showed your hand with the jungle that early. You cannot fix the Hayabusa. That is why like, I don't really prefer the Hayabusa. If the first two picks can be flexed, that makes a lot more sense than anything else. Ruby isn't really valid, which is one character that can be flexed. Gato is the only thing that can be flexed right now into the meta. Yeah, Gato, Bruno cannot be flexed. CC cannot be flexed. Fredrin, a flex Fredrin, that is arguable. They actually own with a Fredrin EXP lane this time. Team Spirit did. I don't know what I mean I know what I'm talking about, but yeah, sorry, I don't know what I was looking at. Yeah, no. My bad. They picked up the Hayabusa first pick. No, they couldn't have went for Alpha. They couldn't have salvaged this draft. Oh no, bro. No. They could have won this game if they do not pick up the Granger and they go for the Layla. Yeah, they could have probably won the game if they didn't choose to go for the freaking Granger and went with Layla. They needed something which can put out damage to tanks. Tanks, namely Fedrin, PX7. I mean, not PX7. It was CC was being played by whom? Royal Milk, the CC, and then there is that chip. So Layla would have been better here. And what else? I need to check the picking. Marksman page in game, not YSS. Heroes, Marksman. Clint isn't good. Clint is kind of dog shit. Mia, it's a troll pick. It's a Kingu kind of pick. Leslie. I Leslie isn't really bad, guys. So is the Hanabi. Hanabi or Leslie, I mean Hanabi versus a Farsha though. Could it have done something? The Hanabi. I'm not sure about the Leslie. Hanabi is more of an valid pick than Hanabi. Layla definitely was an answer here. Erythriel. Erythriel with this draft. Erythriel into a Fredrin, into a Bruno, into an CC. How does the Erythriel do? Erythriel doesn't do bad here either, man. Yeah, Erythriel was open. Layla was open. They went for the Granger, which was their demise this game. Moscow, it doesn't really do good into this comp of Red Rain, CC, Farsha. Moscow doesn't even do good in the lane versus the Bruno. Moscow wasn't valid. Roger is no longer valid. It has been that way for a long time. Leslie, nobody trusts the Leslie in pro play so far. I think the Leslie could have been doing decent this game, but sometimes it lacks in terms of damage. Leslie is pretty bad laning versus the Bruno. Yeah. So that's out of the question. 1-1. It's not reliable. I mean, Hanabi and Layla, those were the options. Claude, nah, not really. Beatrix was still open. Beatrix is never bad, but they went for the Granger. Doesn't really make sense, man. I think if they didn't go for the Granger, they went for a marksman who can make use of the Demon Hunter sword. This game, they definitely could have done something. Granger doesn't do good going into 3 tanks, okay? Popol Kupa is not a valid marksman. Nathan is kind of like, if you do good, you do good. Brody, kind of same thing. Going into 3 tanks, you're probably not going to have a good time with Brody. Ixia was open. Ixia into a Farsha. I think Ixia still has an advantage going into a Farsha, no? But how does the Ixia does versus Bruno, guys? Bro was so much inconsistent. His channel turned into Oblivion. What do you mean, bro? Ixia. And then there is that thing, Melissa.
I also feel like they could have been a little bit more decisive in terms of the trades that they could have taken in the early stages of the game, because Falcon felt like they were just
What
set
you mean,
on taking
Instant?
the
What you
turtles.
mean?
In contrast to what we've seen from them previously, it's not just the turtles even. In terms of even the lords, like Dax is just so reliable in terms of securing that, and I think One Shot has done a great job in trying to catch up. He's always seen in the opposite sides of the map, trying to get the enemy jungle as well to catch up in terms of levels, but in terms of converting that, I think Team Spirit was kind of lacking when it comes to conversion.
Yeah, it's tough when you're up against the Fredrin, because at a certain point, once Fredrin has like a single level lead over One Shot, he just starts walking up, you know, chest out. I want your buff, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna force you to use Retribution. If your other buff is still up, I'm gonna do the exact same thing and rinse and repeat this process. I think, unfortunately, One Shot was not able to find these angles because of that early game discrepancy of trading 50-50, when honestly, it should have been pretty clean from the side of Spirit, because they found some really good isolations.
Yeah, and because though of the presence of one hero, just turnarounds from
who got a triple kill this game? Falcons got a triple kill with Bruno.
Around the map. Because again, as Gideon mentioned, once Team Spirit would call a sequence, this guy would show up and say, hey, it's our turn now. Let's bring in the entire gang. Whether it's to break one tower after killing one who's defending it, the chip will mess up the team.
Oh my god, the fucking chip gets getting the MVP. What up?
Yeah, we gotta see that.
Bro, what am I seeing, man? Chip getting MVP. The fuck?
One shot, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah, top
towards
lane.
the top lane, because that was just such a quick usage of
Alright.
to make sure that there is a clear punish towards Team Spirit. And that's the thing.
What is the next what is the next series after this?
A lot of resources to set up for a counter setup.
What is the next series after this, man? Yo guys, BRB.
Actually show us a great counter engage.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, right? I do feel like there was a couple of times where Sawo probably could have sacrificed his life, just use the GOA on top of that portal, deter the rest of Falcon Esports from actually taking it, and that could buy a little bit more time for the rest of the team to move out. I mean, unfortunately, he did have Revitalize. If he had Flicker, maybe he could like try escape as well, but then again, I understand how the early game went, and that's the big issue here. Despite having a really clean team that is based off of these simple combinations, slow down your targets with either Sunset Lover or Hiko. You have the range to do so. Even Kid Bomba can be up in front. And when you do so, that's when you can start looking for these big plays. I think that One Shot played the early game a little bit better overall, but once we started rotating into the mid game, it felt like they caught him with his pants down. Oh, you took out Royal Milk, next thing you know, Kid X shows up and instantly finds the clapback.
Great response by Falcon Esports, and they tick the box that we suggested they tick heading into this game number 3 draft.
Yo, guys, so we got 3 fucking best of 5s coming our way today, no? The next series, it is RRQ versus SRG. Then the final is gonna be FNOB versus freaking TLID. I don't know how long I will be live for.
Has a lot more to think about. Again, we might be seeing a similar story to Falcon versus Fnatic Onyx Philippines, which that went all to 5 games, and it's on the back of surprising draft moves in games 3 and 4 from.
I think I will be live until like.
Decide to suddenly switch things up.
Nah, let's not say anything. Let's not say anything.
Coming into this series, but they knew that they
as long as I have like energy and do not feel that sleepy or tired, I'll keep on going, okay?
In the early game, so much that Team Spirit, so much that Sawo and Sunset Lover aren't necessarily able to catch.
I'm basically talking to myself anyway.
Tough game for Team Spirit to play, but of course Falcon now we got ourselves a series. Could this actually go 5? Does it end at 4? Will Team Spirit stop the momentum before it?
Yo! Did any of you guys freaking watch Northeast Cup yesterday? Did any of you guys watch that Northeast Cup?
Advances to Oxiata Arena. Whoever loses this will go home. So we're gonna take a quick breather, just 5 minutes. We will be right back. It's Red Marsana Cruz with Brigida and Gideon Q. See you in a bit.
Abe. It's 10:34. 11. I don't know. Oh God, I feel so freaking tired all of a sudden, huh? Oh well. This is a scam event, by the way. This event, it scammed me of my freaking 600 diamonds, man. Come on. Give me back my diamonds. Mountain, please. Why you did that to me? Why you scam me, Mountain? Why you scam me? Yo ho, Rizal, what the frick are you doing, man? Wow. 10:37. Hello, Rizal. Welcome to the dead chat, bro. Welcome to the dead chat. Oh my God.
Fight for ultimate glory.
And that thing is running a little bit of profit. Jesus. Na. Do I be that stupid guy who freaking plays rank during if this is going on? I mean, we can play after this if Results doesn't have an exam today, I guess. I mean, we can play probably. I don't know. Probably if Team Spirit wins this next game, I'm guessing we'll be having a 30-minute break. Okay. Hello panda, hello panda. Oh, the elite skins, it gives like 100 points. Wow. Let me check something. Wait. The basic skins also gives like freaking 100 points.
Series between Falcon Esports from Myanmar and Team Spirit from EECA, with Team Spirit at match point, but Falcon Esports just got one back, so they are down 2-1, potentially gonna force this into a game.
The painted skins gives only 40, huh?
World Championship, the final day of the knockout stages here at IOI City Mall. My name is Renmar Santa Cruz, still here with Brigida and Gideon Q, and I had long thought about the draft.
Ooh, a long thought.
A long thought. And my outcome is anticlimactic. Because now I can't think of like how the possible permutations now with what. Every time you see the Fredrin and the Farsa show up, you know some things are going to change in the draft. It's going to force your reactions out from both sides, and especially from Team Spirit now.
But this
are going to be forced to ban some things and maybe let some things through.
Oh, he's talking about the next game, I think.
Well, here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, Team Spirit, I personally believe that they had won the draft through and through, right? Obviously, there are some strengths and weaknesses, but generally when it comes down to full team fights, I do expect TS to do a lot better. However, they disrespected the Falcons, and Falcons do not take disrespect lightly. They punished that early game. They made sure they found their responses on the 50-50s in the mid game, and they showed once we have the lead, we're never letting it go. Falcons should never be disrespected, and if they want to win this game, they have to play it clean. They have to play it.
Guys?
Yeah, I think in a way that the switch up that was showed to us
guys.
by Team Falcon was also them.
What was I asking? I forgot, man. I lost my train of thought.
Subjective in a sense that actually resort back to them playing their comfort picks. That was the Farsa. That was them getting their hands on the Bruno. It wasn't entirely.
Yo. So yeah, I was gonna ask, when did the Bruno Starlight came in? Did anybody do anybody know which month was the Bruno Starlight for?
A very interesting.
Which month was the Bruno Starlight for? That is what I was asking.
Video, actually, from the Myanmar side. And
I don't have the Xavier yet.
On your screen
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it.
So again, for the series,
there was this freaking Starlight for Lilia as well, which I missed.
But for Myanmar, this series, this team means so much to them.
When did we get that Nicky Bruno, bro?
Theaters back home in support of Falcon Esports.
Oh my goodness! That's an open air hall. I can't even see the end of that.
Oh, that was January. Yeah.
This is
it is the January Starlight.
This is important. Not only important to them.
It's a pretty good looking skin too, man.
But this is a lifestyle.
Bruno skin doesn't look bad.
Stand behind not only the representatives, but their fact that they hold so.
The Bruno Starlight definitely looks good.
You know, if most people in Southeast Asia are imagining that, like, maybe some regions don't take it seriously.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shut up, bro. I guess this month. It's a January Starlight, man. Insane, you are just so dumb with your answers, bro.
Falcons and Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Bro said it's this month, man. This month it is a Xavier one. This month it also looks kind of good, and I don't have a skin for that hero.
I feel they are because they're slowly filling in the seats. But like earlier, when Falcons were starting to get their
do not have the diamonds, man.
You could feel it. The fans, they were also channeling their energies. And
funny how it's better than the Neymar one. It is kinda better than the normal Neymar one. The normal Neymar one, yeah, it is better than that one.
Yeah, if Falcon Esports can pull off an Avengers moment and just portal.
Let me check out the Neymar skin. Yeah, it is better than the normal Neymar skin.
Back in Myanmar here at IOI Convention Center. That would be
it's better than the normal Neymar one for sure. The Neymar Junior one.
Supporters of
the Neymar Junior one might be better than that.
Has a different setup.
Yeah, it is definitely better than the Neymar Junior one. I mean the Neymar Epic one.
International events, they mainly just have qualifiers, but at home they have so many local tournaments to keep their players.
The Firebolt one is actually fire.
But Coach Ren and Coach Nyo Chao of Team Spirit and Falcon Esports.
And there is a skin called the Falcon.
So ECA's Team Spirit have actually been more of a second pick team.
Yeah.
Falcon Esports has been going more blue side, and we got
Bruno Mane.
3 games. It was all Falcon blue.
Bro, I don't have the Bruno skins,
now,
bro.
If it ends up the same way again, I would not be surprised.
I only have the special one.
They understand something about that side of the map that other teams have not been picking up, and that is why they're
I only have the Neymar
right
one.
now. However, when we look at the win rates, 53.3% to 64.3%, that's when you see a very big difference. And I think, a majority of Red
This might be the last game of the series.
149. I think that, the numbers are probably updated at this point of time.
Pretty likely.
Not 100% what they are, but
I think Team Spirit, they're going to be closing it out right here, right now.
Well, a 1%, maybe even 2% advantage coming into these games overall.
Yeah, and if Falcons does want to stick with the blue side since they're more comfortable with that, we really need to see the adjustments, because for the past 3 games at least, Team Spirit, they've been winning the drafts. They've been getting the upper hand in terms of the drafts, and that's aside the fact that they're in the red side, which has a relatively greater win rate as compared to the blue side. So at least for Falcon Esports, I think we're seeing those adjustments and a lot of respect coming in as well. The mere fact that they're not allowing the Mathilda to go through, Sao's showing us some different...
Bro, I need like 2 more legend skins, okay? I need like 2 more legend skins to be a freaking mega collector.
Draft in the pre-show where the Matilda will be hotly contested between these two, because as much as Sao is proficient with it, Kid X, as far as I know, is also quite proficient with it as well. Now, for a part of me really wants to see, honestly, just same.
2 more legend skin or...
Because those are their best sides, meaning that we'll see
2 more, this thing will do as well, right? 2 more event skin will do as well.
I'm looking out for here that might...
Yeah, if I can get like 2 more event skins,
blindsided by is, what if Team Spirit decides to pick up the Cho, but
I can be a world collector, or that's a mega collector, I forgot. That's a mega collector, no?
Kick Bomba. They turn Kid Bomba into Kick Bomba. They get a pick off, you get Kid Bomba as your roamer, and then Sawa can come in a little bit more for the
No, I don't think it will be, no?
That's an interesting take. Actually, let's look at the stats real quick about
Yeah, I need like, I do need like 2 more.
Supplemented a couple of times, because right now
I need 2 more event skins to be a freaking mega collector.
Burst. But now we look at Sunset Lover, right? On that Eve, it's not very bursty per se. It's a lot more dot unless you have a significant lead. So let's pull up those stats once again, because so far his glue has been a little on and off, right? Yes, he finds a couple of advantages, but generally has been winning enough games on it. So with the stats up on board, it's 2.4 to 2.5, similar KDAs, very similar average DPM as well.
I will definitely be getting a KO skin upcoming January, if I am alive.
Honestly,
by then still.
towards Royal Milk,
And
at least from Team
I don't
Spirit's
know
side,
anything more after that.
It's less likely to happen for Royal Milk.
Yep.
I was hearing a rumors of us given the freaking Harriet skin for free. Not free, for like 10 draws. So there's that.
It seems like he is a little bit more proficient when it comes to
the Hunter x Hunter Harriet skin.
EXP laners, which just have to serve the job as the tanky front lines, not necessarily the setups, not necessarily...
I mean, skins are good. Skins are good. Everybody can have the skins, but skills are what makes you special, man. BRB guys, you guys enjoy the draft. I'll be grabbing a little bit more food. I'm still hungry, guys.
All right. Do they stick same? No, it gets shifted. And I love the first 3 bans of Team Spirit, because now they're respecting Falcon in the draft even more so, banning the Fredrin, banning the Joy, and they ban the Bruno. 3 power picks at now for Falcon, with the Suyo on the other side. You don't need to rush the Alpha, you can pick it 3rd, but you can test the Hilda here.
Yeah, the drafting patterns, it's hard to kind of like say that there's a consistent drafting pattern for the side of Team Spirit, because I feel like Ren wants to keep Nyocha on his toes constantly by, making sure, oh, you think you figured it out just yet? No, let's play a different comp. Oh, you think you figured it out just yet? Let's switch sides. These adjustments are going to throw people off of their game. I want to see the responses, because Hilda got to go through on top of the high loss as well.
Oh, 2 power picks immediately for Falcon Esports, them showing the roam and the XP, but that doesn't seem to be much of a problem for them. They denied the Hilda from Kid Bomba alongside the high loss from Sao, so they might have to revert back to those less aggressive types of roamers. I mean, the Tiger's still there too, as well as the Jawhead, but then they won't be bothered as much because they already have the Hylos and the Hilda.
So if ever we get to see Kick Bomba, that'll be the first time this tournament. and that will have to get supplemented, as Gideon mentioned, with burst. And I think they do need burst, but they need to balance it out with sustained damage because those are two tanky boys. Well, tanky man and tanky woman up front. And so they instantly respond with the 1-1, and we're not going to get Kick Bomba, we're going to get Glue Bomba.
This is dangerous. This is a little dangerous here because they're willing to sacrifice Kid Bomba just to make... Oh, wow. Hard read, but instead, Falcons are not going to take the easy way out. They're going to lock in the Harith in this matchup into the 1-1. They could have gone for Irithel or even go straight into Farmis. I feel like Farmis is more punishable, but wow.
Oh, no, they take out the Balearic too.
This is a really interesting take from Falcon.
Ooh. They could have even gone like Farsa third, because with the 1-1 and the glue so early, the Farsa could have been a great response right away. But Falcon instantly, they're showing their hand. If we want to snowball fast, we want to be aggro, we want to be in your face. This is going to be dive all across the board. I think the mid laner is what we're going to be seeing later. Let's see if Team Spirit will read it and ban the Farsa out, because if they don't, well, I mean, even Eve is a good option.
Farsa Eve sound like great options right now for Falcon to complement the possibility of the burst damage. And I mean, if ever Dax wants to show us some of the assassin picks even, I think the Hayabusa is still available here. A great counter to the 1-1 possibly even. So also, since they have the Hilda in their hands, like, they don't have any problems in terms of those who can actually serve as the front lines. Oh, and they banned the Jawhead too for Sao.
Very good call here. Very, very good call. They want to make sure that at least the frontliners don't get pushed out of position, and then, you know, maybe TS picking up the Aurora alongside it.
Good man.
But this means that the Vexana is open, though.
Yeah. Vexana would be great. You still get a little bit of that crowd control if ever they get a little bit too close for comfort. And, well, you have two of them. Let's see if they'll lean into that. Oh. Whoa, that is...
What?
Wait, what?
Bro, they picked Mid-Angela.
Do they want to final pick Ling here? Do they want to just supercharge?
What's happening, Angela?
This is a very interesting take coming in. I wouldn't have expected the draft to pan out like this.
No.
So do they just go Tigreal now for Sao?
Possibly. It's just the Tigreal. I don't think we'll be seeing the Tro right now for Team Spirit. The Baleric's also taken out as well.
To be fair, they can still go for Cho if they wanted to, right? If they need, they already have glue for Peel. If they go for Cho, at least they can guarantee like a 2-for-1 free value when somebody, you know, if the Heartguard goes on to either potentially the upcoming Link or even Harith.
Yeah. Just wondering if Sao has ever picked it so far, because they go for the Valentina now. And the Gato Kacha instead for Team Spirit. So will it be an assassin jungler for Falcon? I mentioned the Hayabusa earlier, but with the Angela, I think the Ling isn't entirely out of the table too.
Honestly, like, I would not knock Falcon for just going pure aggro right now.
Yeah.
Like the most aggressive lineup, because with the Valentine in the mid, with that 1-1 there, they can afford it.
Wait. Oh my goodness.
It's Angelique.
Alright, it is actually Angeling that we're gonna see this game.
Because again, it's all about
Angeling versus the glue though.
the game as quick as possible. Good luck. Good luck to Falcons.
Interesting take. Is it enough to force game number 5, or does the flight end here? Let's see.
I think what better way to gain flight than bring a lineup like this to game number 4. Again, fighting for their lives and to be part of the greater 4. Again, I'm Naisu, this is Zingon, and we're going to take one last look at the lineups here. By the way, amazing watch parties happening here for Falcon Esports. The support is phenomenal. This lineup, man, is aggressive, Ingan.
Aggressive as it can be. The Angela Ling combination. Again, this is potentially this is match point for Team Spirit. But Falcon Esports, they have a lot up their sleeves.
Will Falcon Esports gain more altitude to meet up with the Dragons of the North? Team
Bros, I will have to be right back, okay? Wait.
Take it to another game of 5. We're in the land of Dawn. Once again, Team Spirit and Falcon Esports.
Okay, so the panel mentioned a while ago that Falcon, they really want to go for the control in the early game. Again, they have the duo of a Hylos and the Hilda that could really be a thorn in the neck of especially One-Shot in his own jungle. But again, these are the type of glass cannon lineups wherein if you snowball, you automatically win the game. But at the same time, if you're on the receiving end of the early game, it's going to be hard for you to catch up. You have to wait eventually for that Link to scale up.
This is also a very different kind of mindset as PX7 takes a lot of shots here in the mid lane, but...
Oh, one shot!
Oh! He had one shot, he took it!
And that he did. First blood drawn by one shot once again. So this is what we were saying, Nice. So if you're on the receiving end of this kind of lineup, it's going to be hard for you to come back.
Right now, too, still focusing. Already getting the Tempest Blades out.
Okay, 4 Blades is there. But again, Dax was able to still get his purple buff. Now, considering the fact that they were able to pick off the mid lane, I think Benny needs to really step up and step on the pedal to the metal and just really be on the aggressive front.
It's going to have to be. Well, the whole lineup really is built for that. But what I was going to say earlier, too, is Dax is in a different mindset this time around because, remember, for the previous games, he's pretty much played utility. You know, the Alpha and then the Fredrin. Now he has this Ling. Oh, mid lane again?
Forcing out the Revitalize early on, okay? Even though, I was going to say that was worth it already because they popped the Revitalize, but that made it more for Team Spirit. That's 2 kills already for one shot for the Suyo.
Team Spirit's locked in right now. They're just layering everything like a cake at this point. Dax in trouble, does have to pop the Tempest Blades and will escape, but he's gonna have to back off the buff. One shot dies, and the turtle's secured.
Okay, Royal Milk with the Power of Wilderness to bring down one shot. Now the revenge from Team Spirit. So fortunately for Falcon Esports, they were able to take down one shot early on. 2-1 start for one shot. Now Benny, this is the Benny that we want to see for the side of Falcon Esports. Be a lane bully up against Hiko's 1-1. And this is your time to shine because again, early game, you're gonna dominate the laning phase.
This is the thing still. Again, the focus on the gold laners, but right now it doesn't need to be that. This is one of the difference in the series where you see the nature of drafting change from game to game. And now even with this, you know, it's the junglers who are really the highlight of the early game, and it has been so far, except for Dax. He's dealt so much pressure. He's dealt with so much pressure from Team Spirit. And even in the mid lane, if they continue to do this to PX7, I mean, this has been happening time and time again where PX7 can't really, you know, be in that front side of the mid lane because of that threat of just being collapsed on or the layering of skills that Team Spirit can throw and take him down. So if you actually get rid of PX7 and then you either burn the flicker or he's not able to use the heart guard, that's a big piece of utility gone out of the plans here for Falcon Esports.
Okay, so right now they're trying to work on Kid X, wanting to force out their Revitalize early on, and they will do so once again. That's why it's a signal for them to not go deep. Don't try to go for the over-aggressive dives, because that was the objective. Just literally pop Revitalize Kid X.
Yeah, get it down if they can. Again, Royal Milk going to go ahead and battle it with Kid Bombo up here, but ultimately wait for that next turtle to come up. Sunset Lover will hold on to the heart guard here. So part of the fight is really how does Sunset Lover use the options of ultimates he has. Well, most of the part, you're probably going to see the heart guard, but also the Glorious Pathway. Now, focusing in this side of the jungle, they might just go ahead, try to limit test. They still have a Revitalize for Royal Milk. Both junglers going to work on the buffs, but Turtle's up now, so they'll go ahead and rotate up to their gold laners will stay to their lanes. And right now, some of the first items also being locked in. Royal Milk gets the Thunderbelt. Kid X again, pop the Glorious Pathway.
Huge pulls right away onto Kid X, forcing the Glorious Pathway to be used defensively. This is a huge disadvantage for Falcon Esports. Here comes the Heart Guard. Now they're trying to go for Dax. Okay, Tempest of Blades is there, plus the AOG is going to connect. But still, Dax having trouble with the grindation of damage, but he will do so successfully and break that one shot with the help of Kid X. But now the engage from Team Spirit is going to work on Kid X here, and Samo might be able to pick up the kill. That's a 1-for-1 trade, but the problem is Team Spirit again, they lost one shot.
They lost one. It looks like Dax, you know, as low as he is, he's going to go ahead and grab the buff. No one was able to commit to the turtle because they forced the fight. Good usage of PX7's hard guard, but we then also saw it from Sunset Lover to go for the fight, but they kind of got, you know, collapsed down on, and that's what Bling does best. Dax also now getting his berserk.
Yo, what up, man? Facecam, hello, Faisal, welcome.
We'll see if they actually get ready for that turtle still. Starting with Scythe now for Benny too. He's been farming up well. Hiko only has Corrosive Scythe, so still.
Bro, I had to go and hit up my Moody, man.
Kind of
my freaking Moody's, they have been like sitting in a place for so long. They became soggy. If I do not know, do we call them soggy or whatever?
Again,
they were not crunchy anymore. Good morning and welcome back.
Before engaging in a huge team fight.
Gonna be fun. What is gonna be fun?
Well, when it comes to that department.
Facecam, no, I'm not doing that today. That phone it isn't really responding that well. So.
Gonna bring that one shot. Not a good start for Team Spirit, and now they're trying to work on Kid Bomba though.
So Angeling is doing pretty good so far, right?
Crossbow attackers, it's more than enough to take down Royal Milk. Again, a 1-for-1 trade, but it's always
one shot is doing better, of course.
Who's suffering from Team Spirit?
That's what happens. Like I said, you get collapsed down. I mean, Kid X slowly but surely working on Sunset Lover.
What the hell?
Gonna have to back off. Good push there from Benny down in the bottom.
What the hell?
Tier 1, same thing happens on the other side.
Okay, Hiko doing good as well.
And one of the games now for the first time.
This might be it. This might be the third game picked up by Team
Second
Spirit.
turtle for the game. Not sure if we'll get, of course, to the third one right now. It's just being worked on. It looks like it's going to be secured. One shot will go ahead and grab that.
Bro, imagine eating
A little bit of a lead.
I know what mood is called. It is called puffed rice. Imagine eating puffed rice, which is like not
and then
crunch.
a little bit of a safety net with PX7's Heart Guard, and even a
The Bomba plays with 4 fingers. The Benny picking up that freaking feather of heaven.
Have enough damage to pump out, especially when he starts getting those tier 3 power spikes on the Ling. So right now, this is, like I said, a very different, more proactive game for Dax this time around, instead of being like a Fredrin, where he's just mostly posting up on objectives.
Yeah, and the best part is Benny wasn't even present during those clashes, and he's already ahead when it comes to the lead up against Hiko. So right now, if they go,
Yeah, I had to hit up my Moody.
before the 12-minute mark,
Right.
Falcon Esports really
Ow.
has a huge
Still
advantage.
hot.
And again, just looking at the sustain, as you mentioned, there are 2 revitalized, not to mention
Now it feels good. Now it feels good. Okay.
Royal Milk is Kid Bomba.
Now it feels good to eat.
Falcon Esports.
Nice.
Royal Milk gonna get focused down here.
Oh, gonna connect with the AOG onto 2 and gonna bring that Royal Milk. Now they're gonna work on Kid X. And it's
Goodbye.
coming in from Sunset Lover. The catching Falcons and Falcon Esports wasn't prepared.
Look at that Angela taking that ass.
Team Spirit did.
What?
That's really
Angela,
what it
what
comes
are you
down to.
doing?
Like, both teams have this option of let's just jump on in.
Angela is so funny.
Falcon Esports or the Avatar. The
Angela's
Guardian
walking
from
animation is
Solo.
so funny with this
If they
skin.
catch the angle they're looking for, they get
think it is
advantage.
especially
One
funny
guy's
with-
gonna
with
take
this
opportunity
particular
to be like,
skin.
I'm gonna start your purple buff and take this away from you, and that he does. Hiko will go ahead and take theirs. They'll secure it up so that Dax can't rotate and possibly take it. So now just had to go ahead and push that top turret down. He does get the tier 1 on the top, but he is going to be starving for a little bit here until the next take on the buff. And we're also 10 seconds away from that Lord coming up. Hiko now gets his Haas Claws. He has the DHS Corrosive Scythe and Haas Claws. So no boots necessary for him.
Wait, Hiko.
Used defensively.
Oh.
But Hiko wants to bring down Kid X. Not just bait out the glorious pathway, setting themselves up perfectly once again for Lord take again. Taken down Team
Probably
Spirit.
gonna be a free Lord here, no?
And the domination of Team Spirit in the early game, you'd expect Falcon as Esports to be as
You guys know, you guys know if this was a marksman of my team, the 1-1, Hiko, this bay, it will be going here and taking this minions. Instead of coming here and helping me take the Lord down, this marksman of my team will be here clearing this minion. For sure.
Especially the fact that he doesn't have that purple buff, he's gonna wait for it. So he at least pushed in some of that bottom side, but now they got to get ready to defend against this push coming out from Team Spirit. And that's the thing, that's exactly why you saw, like, Hiko, he actually hasn't had to really use the crossbow tang much. A lot of the fights that he's going in for, Dax, okay, he's hovered over the Heart Guard, but you can see how kind of careful he has to be here. Even just
What the hell was that damage from Valentino?
One more shot and it could be the downfall of Dax here. And they're really struggling to keep up with the pace that Team Spirit is giving. Again, okay, Kid Bomba goes in, AOG!
GG's! What an amazing AOG from Sao.
Members of Falcon Esports!
Every single
WAOG.
time they give the go on the Avatar.
Hiko's playing crazy on that
they get the
1-1.
call, they make a play with it, and now Team Spirit staring to the base of Falcon Esports.
And now Sunset Lover uses the Heart Guard onto Hiko. They might go for the end here. Dax just trying to cut off the minion waves. They're working on Royal Milk. Even with the Revitalize, they're able to take him down. 1 second before PX7.
3-1, 3-1.
Here goes Falcon Esports. They want to go.
3-1.
No, but they bring down Dax.
Oh man, Dax. But they do stay in the game. They still have a wave pushing in. I'm not sure if Team Spirit actually wants to end it. Massive lead there, outgunning Falcon Esports.
Hiko is too fucking fed, man. Hiko has too much gold.
Hiko, and the Dragons
GG's.
of the North defend
Told you guys.
their Empire Spirit.
This is why I voted for Team Spirit.
And the Dragons will clip the wings of the Falcons. And Team Spirit becomes a part of the greater four. They're heading on forward to Oxiana. What a series for them. If you've been watching Team Spirit just here alone, the improvement they've made is apparent and you cannot deny it.
This is the Bomba mentality fully displayed
Bomba.
by 5 members of Team Spirit as they secure a top 4 in the M6.
And hats off as well to Falcon Esports. They've been great up to this point, of course, and they really fought with everything they had in the series. But again, just a difficult game 4 for them to adjust from. Again, I'm Naisu, this is Ingon. We're going to throw it over to the panel to break down the game.
The Dragons of the North have completed their 11-minute flight to Oxiana Arena. As they can say, they have secured top 4. They are moving forward. Congratulations to EECA and Team Spirit. They countered the aggro lineup with aggro of their own.
Very impressive for what they did. I definitely thought the draft was interesting coming in from Falcons, but they played a strong game, and that final play coming in from Kid Bomba, finally setting it up for the rest of the team so that Sao can push buttons effectively. Well done. Well done all across the board.
Yeah, even when we thought, what would Sunset Lover ideally pick up in this particular lineup? Oh, it was constantly the Heart Guard, and it was surprising to see Hiko perform so well to the point that I barely saw him use the crossbow attack. If he ever did use it, I probably just missed it because I can't recall a single moment where he needed to.
Yeah, Falcon Esports came out of this with their best aggressive foot forward, but Team Spirit at the center of the map, the beating heart of it all. They've been playing since the M1 World Championship at the peak of the EVOS World lineup. Sao and Sunset Lover delivered yet again, and now they will be returning to Oxiana Arena to continue their run. But of course, before we see them continue their run, we have to see and send off Falcon Esports for their final bow. What a tremendous run it has been.
These high-flying Falcons competed day after day for the legacy of their country.
Okay, we got roles.
Their journey to be greater than ever.
Results isn't here, right?
IOI Convention Center. Give it up for Falcons Esports. And Falcons, you guys may give your final
Let me
bow
check.
in 3,
If we should be
2,
playing
1.
or...
Thank you very much, Falcons. We hope to see you guys come back stronger next year.
Look at the
Thank you
disappointment
very
in their
much.
faces, man.
They
WW.
put up such an amazing fight this M6.
Well played, boys. Well
And
played.
with that, the team that is heading on to Oxiana Arena, Team Spirit. And right now here with me, we have Coach Brent and Hiko Mania. Hello. Welcome back, Hiko. Hi, Coach Brent.
Hello.
How are you guys feeling?
We're happy, but yeah.
Are you
happy.
nervous?
No, we're just tired because we had an early.
Early day today.
Yeah.
Just tired, so you guys are gonna go home and rest after this.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Hiko, congratulations.
Thank you.
Top 4 now. Now, remember the last time we met, I asked you about Bruno. So today you picked Bruno and it was so good. So was it an easy game when you got Bruno?
No, yeah, Bruno best hero on Gold Lane, and I realized it, and no, done.
Easy game when you play Bruno, right? It's a really good gold laner right now. Is there any more gold laner we can potentially see from you heading on to Oxiana Arena?
I think no, it's just no. I have like simple hero pool.
Oh, you just have a simple hero pool, but you know what? You're very good at it. Though you're young, you're very, very good at it, Hiko. Are you happy today?
Yeah, we win, and no, I'm happy that I wake up early.
You're happy. Now, Hiko, are you excited to play at Oxiana Arena? It's a really nice stadium.
Yeah, I think it will be a good experience for me.
It's a good experience for you. Coach Bren, we know that Hiko is like 16 years old. How is it like being like a father figure to him? Is he a good boy?
He's a good boy and sometimes annoying.
Sometimes annoying? What does he do?
He just asks random questions all the time.
Like? What kind?
Like about some things like, what do you think about this food? Normal things, you know, outside Mobile Legends. And you just have more patience to answer him all the time. So we can build our communication together.
I see, but he's such a wholesome boy. He's so happy every time.
Yeah, he's very bubbly, always smiling. He has these smiling eyes, you know?
Yeah, he does have these smiling eyes. Every time he comes up during like player walk-in, he's just like smiling and he's so happy to be here. Coach Ren, maybe you could say something to Hiko. He's so young yet he's achieving so much already.
Well, like I always told him, just be humble. Tables turn in this life, even to young people. Before you go to adulthood, enjoy your gaming experience and always remain humble in life.
Aww. Hiko, do you love Coach Ren?
Huh?
Do you love Coach Ren?
Of course.
Of course. Is he like your father?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, now Hiko, your team's highest ever achievement was top 4 in the last M series. This time, you guys have also entered top 4, but this time with your help. So, do you think you guys can surpass top 4 last season, last M series because you're here?
So my team have 5 series appearance and как это, с каждым все больше и больше результатов.
Like after each M series, we get more and more results. So yeah, I think we can go through further.
How confident are you that you can help them?
Yeah, I'm confident, but
How many percent?
100.
100%. Okay. I like that. Okay, Coach Ren, the deciding match on who will be your next matchup at Axiata Arena is going to be after this, which is RRQ Hoshi versus Selangor Red Giants. Now, Coach, we all know you used to be in RRQ Hoshi. Same goes to Coach Arcadia as well. Who do you want to meet?
Of course, RRQ.
You want to meet RRQ? Why do you want to meet RRQ?
They beat us on best of 1, and I want to meet them again on best of 5.
You want to get your revenge?
Not really revenge, but just to meet Skylar again.
Just to meet Skylar again. Would you like to say anything to Skylar before we end this interview?
I know he's a great guy, also a leader figure. So I just wish him the best on their upcoming series, and I hope we meet in the next round.
Ooh, Coach Bren wants to meet RRQ. What about you, Hiko? Who do you want to meet, SRG or RRQ?
Maybe RRQ because I want revenge for them.
Do you have anything to say to RRQ?
Good luck, have fun.
Okay, Hiko, before that, what do you want to say to everybody watching you and supporting you? Because you are having a lot of fans now.
Thank you everyone for support, and we keep doing better. And see you in next match.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to Team Spirit, Hiko, and to Coach Bren for moving on to Axiata Arena. With that, let us throw it back to the panel to break down what happened in this game up against Falcon.
Thank you, Rose. It's always great hearing from Hiko Mania and his maybe father figure in Vren's Sanity. Tremendous performance by Team Spirit in that game. I have to correct myself. Sawo and Sunset Lover are not returning to Axiata Arena, but they avenged their M1 performance and will finally get to play in a World Series in Axiata Arena because they missed out during M1. So, yeah, Team Spirit, again, they've performed better and better each M Series, and I think this performance from them in this final game number 4, I think it perfectly encapsulates some of their best quality so far in the M6.
Yeah, I think it's the cleanest game yet that they've been able to play throughout the entire
I think I can sneak in one rank game between these guys.
Put on the blue side for the first time.
As mentioned, you know, Ren likes to keep teams on their toes, changing it, well, in a completely different direction most of the time. And I can appreciate that, especially coming from, you know, most of the time it's in the draft, most of the time 50% it's a mental game.
13 seconds faster was this previous game. To the fastest game between RRQ and Vamos. It is now set by Team Spirit as the fastest win in the M6 World Championship. A time of 10:43 that is very, very difficult to beat.
And I mean, it all just started from the way they were able to again gain the upper hand in the mid lane. Those surprise and early pickoffs that were given to one shot on the Suyo. And I think that was one of the first few Suyos we've seen for this entire series, but it was able to play so well up against Falcon with the limited that they had. It felt like they were always pushed to a spot in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's funny that one shot at one point just said, you know what, I'm building the Dreadnought armor. I'm getting sick and tired of
What the hell, Bolty? What the hell, Bolty? What do you mean, I'm getting big? Huh? The hell? The hell? At this point, it surely looks like DJY isn't getting Brigada. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna play one rank game probably. Then come back to watching. Do I wanna lag this early in the morning? My first game of the day? I don't think so. What the hell? Why is it so fucking loud? Volume mixer. Why is it so loud? Oh, of course. This is why. Max on volume system sounds. Yeah, so like what's going on, man? How is life? 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 How is How is ML treating you? Any better than me? I hope not. Mm, mm, what do I wanna do, man? I wanna go jungle, no? Mm. Whatever. I'll just play fucking mage. I'll just fucking play mage, whatever. Oh no. Look at the bans from my team. This is why, like, seriously do not want to adjust. Like, look at the bans from my team. And look at what this idiot is asking me to ban.
Your team is banning.
Helmet, man. Helmet, bro.
The enemy is picking.
Bro, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is why I immediately when I come in to play this game, they will be every time. Cecilian is open, no? I was gonna go Xavier. I don't even have the Xavier skin. What's the point?
Kill all at Please once. Pick a hero.
Enemy was a Sicilian.
Only love and night are everlasting.
Need some stitches? I can help. The enemy is picking.
Boy plays Hanabi, Melissa, and Mia.
The hunter of all the evil gods.
Boy is questioning Bruno Ban. Bruno Ban? Wow. Bruno Ban, you have brains. Wow. Wow. Bruno Ban, you got brains. Hello? Brains! Why?
My magic flows as freely as the wind.
You are telling Volty to go and not play Layla?
I love the smell of gunpowder in the morning.
Do I have to be a supporting Sicilian or?
What do I fight for? I carry on the fight to figure it out.
Probably I have to be. Nah, I cannot afford to. I have to do damage.
Come on, let's roll.
Your team is.
No, I probably have to be. I don't know. Yeah, Suyu is good. If he goes Suyu, oh no.
then a
Bro, I don't know how the frick do I carry this one. I will decide my build in game, okay? I have all the three, not the three. I have like 2 builds set up properly. I was telling you. You want me to fight this branded Melissa over Golden? Warcry Melissa. No, thank you, bro. I just wanted to play one game. I would just rather be like play the Sicilian and carry the game.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! Request back all troops deployed. Okay.
Living forever is not a blessing, but a curse.
No.
Request backup.
So cold and pale is the moonlight, and my Carmela.
First blood. Good game. Ally has been slain.
Night in, night out, year after year.
Sure, pal.
Fear rises, yet love stays still.
I missed a minion. Fuck me.
Ally has been slain.
Blood.
Launch attack.
Franco's kind of proactive. I hope he doesn't get he doesn't pay for it. Saber shouldn't be having level 4 here, right? I don't have to be scared.
Such a tender, lambent moon.
Nice one. They took down Saber anyways. That's a double.
Do you fear red? I embrace it.
Request backup. Okay.
W dodge.
Happy birthday, MLBB!
Hook. His hook got cancelled, huh?
Request backup.
Why do we help this stupid? Yeah, why? Why not? Why not? Why not?
My Carmilla, why are you so cold and pale?
Seriously,
Just
Layla.
like the moonlight.
Request backup.
Ah!
Do you fear red?
Oh my god! I thought the crab will be there. Thank you. Nice one, brilliant. I mean, I did my part. Time for me to fuck off. And I can get the gold crab. I mean, gold minion. telling you.
We both know
Alright, bro.
there's no end for us.
Well done.
Blood for blood.
Turtle is coming up. Need to get that. Did he? No. Did he catch him? Yeah. It's brilliant, man. My marksman is so good. What the hell? You know what, guys? I'll be going with a little bit more defensive build. I have a Franco, right? Yeah.
Night in, night
Do
out.
I?
Year
I don't
after
know.
year.
I don't know. What the hell was that hook, man? He literally effed up my skill there. I have to go with the lightning crunching, right? Let me go with the crunch here. Alright.
Do you fear red? I embrace it.
Feel the bloody embrace.
Ooh! Ooh! What a hook, what a hook, what a hook. Good hook, man.
Fear rises, yet love
Alright.
stays still.
Time to flicker out, I guess.
Night in, night out, year after year.
Nobody's there. You know what, man? We can go for that thing.
So cold.
Franco is little bit like too much spitty.
Carmilla.
Saber might still be here. Never mind. Keep on stacking this assist. Okay, you are absolutely clapping. Nobody here that can kill me.
Living
That
forever
Saber
is not a blessing.
Feel the bloody embrace.
is so fast.
Your team destroyed a turret.
I'll do this for mana. Too good, Castilian.
We both know there is no end for us.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Nice. Melissa, bro. Sadly, you are carrying a Warcry, marksman.
Lambent moon tonight.
I've explained plenty of times to you guys why Warcry isn't that. Come on!
Why are you so cool? Just like me.
Alright.
Blood for blood.
Just recall.
Do you fear red? I embrace it.
Next two, please.
We both
There
is no
I will only die if I get comboed like.
Feel the bloody embrace.
Nice. I don't really do that much damage, sadly, guys. Wishing or glowing? Any idea, guys? Wishing or glowing, man?
Blood.
I cannot walk out here. Okay, now I can. Oh no. Nah, I can't do anything more. Mana.
My Carmilla, why are you so cold and pale? Just like the moon.
Feel the bloody embrace.
I would rather not take the chance and get fucking knocked up by hell. Or
year after year.
I already took it, bro.
Retreat from the
I
Lord.
mean,
Initiate retreat.
just take it, man. Fucking take it. Nice one. This is a mistake, but okay. That's also a mistake, but WMM we have in our team, by the way, guys. The crown. Yeah, I do go for the crown here, guys. No. I don't think I need anti-heal, do I? No. Yeah, definitely I should be going for the crown. Might still be too late for me to like making the crown. I might be like still a little bit too late.
Night
Nice one.
Do you fear red? I embrace it.
Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
LMM.
Blood.
We had some kind of LMM, bro.
Feel the bloody embrace.
W Alucard. W Alucard. Why can I not? Press my crown. Why could I not press my crown, guys? I have to adjust my freaking thing. Cannot press my crown if I'm map panning. If I'm map panning, I cannot press my crown. This is a game bug or this is the L game feature. If I'm map panning, I cannot freaking crown. Yeah, of course this MM is chocolate. No wonder, right? No boots. Like what? Like how are these humans, bro? Whatever. How are these even humans? Is it refusing to contribute to the team? Yeah? FK? Yeah? I don't know. How are these things, man? Like, I don't know. Melissa first picked anyways. Whatever. Here we go back to M6. Yeah? Yeah? It's so hard. How many? I think we are coming back to a game. That's a W game we just played. I forgot to give the likes to the other ones. I mean the likes to everybody, whatever. Yeah. That was a messed up game, guys. Yeah, but still the hell, bro. Of course I'm getting nicked, no Volty. You'll never be here, man, watching the freaking games with me, bro. Of course I'm getting nicked.
Ladies and
Wait, what? Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the match you all have been waiting for. On the red side, we have Selangor Red Giants. On the yellow side, we have the King of Kings, RRQ. Welcome back to the M6 knockout stage. My name is Afel. Alongside with me is Seth Weezy as well as Trex. We've just seen a team spirit.
Oh, I don't have the floating window. How do I do the floating window? Do anybody know? Volty, how do I do the floating window, bro? Is it here? Volty?
Discover the beating heart of Kadia City, the gaming and esports district, the world.
La 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 Phil. Yeah, he's the god,
Of gaming culture. Thank you very much, Kadia, because honestly, they've been supporting us from the start, and now we also want to celebrate 1.5 billion registered MLBB players. And because of that, from the 6th of December...
I thought he was gonna say registered offenders.
and complete tasks to get a random epic skin for free. Thank you for being with us. And I gotta say, 1.5...
I thought he was gonna say registered offenders. And this is why your boy doesn't get subs.
Exactly.
This is why your boy cannot get subs.
It just shows you the growth of MLBB and just insane. I mean, even when I see the number on the board, I'm still like 1.5 billion.
That's right?
That's massive.
Hold on. Yep, 1.5 billion.
Bro, the phone is good. The phone can do this, but I cannot do this on my PC. Bro, why? I'm not playing anymore.
To start this battle, but I do have to wait because we have a lot of house cleaning to do, you know. Just now, Team Spirit 3-1, that was amazing. But now, I feel like if there's going to be any game that can go all 5 games, it's going to be today. Because let's talk about this. This is the final ticket for Axiata, folks. We'll have a full screen graphic here. And yeah, Trex, you were saying it.
Depends on the phone. Oh, I got it, Boltu. I got it, Boltu.
That's starting to snowball, right? The effect is starting to happen. Teams are getting...
Oh, brother.
and we're getting down to that final four. Think about it, in just a few days, we're going to be the legendary.
Just remember, this Melissa player was the one who was questioning my Bruno ban. Just remember.
I didn't think we would end up I didn't think we'd end up here. You know, a year or two ago, I never would have thought we'd be back in Malaysia, going to Axiata Arena, final four teams. It is the definition of hype, right?
Yeah, there's a lot on the line today, right? First of all, there's only one Malaysian team still left, right? You got to see.
I went for a defensive build and never needed it. Like I went for a defensive build and I never needed it.
Love it, for sure, for sure. Anyways, we were able to talk to Arcadia, and I gotta say, this must be very intense for him. So we have to see how's his reaction towards this matchup going up against RRQ. And said, echoes of the past. I'm really happy to see Skyler here in M6. He definitely deserved all the success.
I should have been killing that well a little bit more.
With the RRQ Hoshi lineup. Going up against
Freaking Saber got nicked.
former team will be really exciting for me. I hope I don't face the same fate as what happened in M4, so we'll definitely do our best to secure this win. Yes, this is a pretty hype up rivalry as well. Arcadia was with RRQ, but then afterwards,
I think we should be going to our PC. Here, 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 here. Do that. Do this. Guys, give me a second. Oh, let me just get rid of that. Get rid of this. Okay, there we go, guys. If it is lagging, pardon me. LPC. Cannot do much. It will be back to normal in a little bit. RRQ airport coming. Are we gonna see RRQ airport pretty soon, guys? Frakes, how about I put my money where my... I'm not playing, man. Bro, the last match I played, I know nobody's watching me right now. The last match I played is absolutely horrible, you know. We had Julian. We had Julian who was getting the kills, a few of the kills, and then the Sicilian was absolutely slapping. Nobody in the enemy's team has any magic defense. I went 13-0 with my Sicilian. I still never picked up the freaking stupid Sky Piercer ever. If you do you guys know like why Sky Piercer on Sicilian isn't really a valid item, man? That hero is so freaking flexible. That hero is it's not really so flexible. Itemization wise, that hero is really flexible because he doesn't need items to do damage, right? That's why his build can be absolutely totally 6 tank items and you can still clap the enemies because you have a passive which scales the damage for you. And Sky Piercer is like never a valid item on Sicilian. What? I think I'll be just watching 1 or 2 matches here. Probably only one. Then I'll be turning off my stream, man. Okay, okay. I think we are moving on to the draft. Oh no, we are freaking getting the players onto the stages. Oh, could have played another game. Whatever, man. Whatever. Let's watch the. Let us watch the build up to the match. Why not? Okay, Wizzy. Okay. What is the key? Bro said I'm colorblind, man. Oh, you guys cannot hear the audio, frick.
On his take on the meta right now. So we asked, how did the team get better at using the meta heroes? And he said, actually, we have used those heroes in scrims, but we were losing because we didn't know how to maximize their potential. Hopefully, we're doing better now. And then we just like, cool king.
Cool king.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely doing better. I mean, even Coach stated after winning MSC, there was a lot of pressure on their backs and expectations that were growing. And now, you know, the reigning champs from MSC trying to earn another title, that golden road, and this is what those hurdles have to jump through to earn a spot in Oxiata up against RRQ Hoshi.
Not gonna lie, there's a lot of matchups here that we have to watch. Like from MPLMY, Sakai's or Saki's have met against Susujin quite a few times when Susujin was in KGE. And so far, in most of the matchups, Sakai's has been winning that one. But ever since then, I gotta tell you guys, since Susujin entered RRQ, his growth has been amazing. His hero pool is wide. If anyone can take down Sakai's, I believe Susujin is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's definitely a big matchup, right? And Susujin has been...
I know, I also want SRG to win this. Oh, because of Yums, right? Yums is your... Okay, Yums is literally you, no insane.
Meta right now that's dominated by things like Suyo.
Because of that, right? Yums is your brother. Okay, we are going to the draft, guys. Come on, let's go.
Very willing to jump onto the
I do not know if I'm going to be watching this entire series. I'm not going to be watching the last one on stream. Bro, if the watch party, like, what's the point of doing a watch party at this point?
Into the drafting phase. The first game of this matchup, RQ will be first pick. Selangor Giants will be on the second pick. And we talked about it, and Hilda immediately banned out.
There goes the Hilda. There goes the Cho as well. Zushin on the other side. You know what was such a major threat? The Joy. We've seen it rise to the occasion time and time again. Multiple teams putting it in the jungle, some putting it inside of the mid lane, but still getting the job done. And I think it's about time to put some respect on it.
Yeah. Heck, some even putting it into the XP lane at times. Yeah. It's one of the most flexible heroes right now in the meta. But there are answers to it, and that's been the great thing about drafts so far from the very top tier coaches from these final four. We're seeing the rock, paper, scissors match has happened. We're seeing the trades happen. And about every best of 5 by game 2 or 3, we're going to see what those trades are, at least between these two teams. Now, game 1, we know that RQ really favors that second pick. They are on the first pick side. Matilda out of the way, with Suyo still open, Yi still open, Bruno still open, Joy still open. So many things still on the field.
Here's the thing, man, because this is, when you open up the game, the first game in the best of 5 is always about risk. And then it's all about learning as well, what your opponent's got. And we're talking about the best goal laners here in M6, Skylar as well as Innocent. Letting go of that Bruno is going to be very risky.
Well, Coach Arcadia said that instead of banning the Bruno, he plans to work around it. We got
why the fuck does the Sicilian feel so strong to me? But in the tournaments, I think Sicilian is the like 5th, not even the 5th, man. Sicilian is the what number prio mage, bro? Sicilian feels so strong to me. Whenever I play the Sicilian, it's really strong. It has never been a single game where I played the Sicilian and I felt like I'm not able to do anything. I have felt like I'm not able to do anything when I was playing Joy. Imagine playing Joy and I feel like I'm not able to do anything because how my team was playing. No matter how my team plays on Sicilian though, I never feel like that.
If I was Ghost, I'd be like, oh damn, I have a sprint, not a purifier.
Then my question is, in tournaments, guys, question. In tournaments, what are the top 5 mages? I'm thinking Zushin.
Against RQ here. What is the plan?
Zushin, what is the number 2 one? Zushin, Eve is the definitely second one. What is the number 3?
I thought at least, maybe not first and second, but into third. You pick up the Bruno, you pick up the guitar.
It's Zushin.
And then you maybe look for a Joy endgame. RQ, maybe they go for the counterplay and
Zushin, Eve.
Yeah, hold on, we have a fun fact here.
Duo E definitely takes a spot higher than Sicilian, no?
With Bruno across.
Who is the third one, man? Who do you guys think the third one will be?
We'll have to see. I mean,
bro, I'm so interested when it comes to like doing this, but I have a dead chat.
The first team's not going to pick it up. Just off of seeing their previous matches, they know how to work around it, which guarantees them a Bruno.
I'm talking to myself, you know.
It's pretty much genius at that. But now we're looking at RQ Hoshi. They are going to go ahead and pick up this.
I'm trying to break this thing down, but I have no help.
Still have yet to really see the
I have
mid lane
no help.
matchups,
I'm
right?
talking to myself.
You know,
I'm doing a
if they
dead ass
don't
watch
decide
party
to go
with
for
a
the
dead
Joy
stack.
here, and it gets banned out, I can see them still, like, we've been seeing the Bane get picked up a little bit. We've been seeing some other possibilities get picked up. Other
Let me just
fightery guys that can at least hang in the pit.
Let's
with
just look at the
Suyo.
game.
So maybe they lock in mid or something here, pick up the Eve or something like that early on.
I didn't point.
Right, time
Go
to
for the
drop the
Joy.
beat
They
of the
keep it
flash.
safe. They keep it safe.
You know one thing that's actually smart about this Granger pick, not only is it good against the Bruno, but it's also good against one of Stormy's bigger picks this M6, which is the Lu Yi, where you can open up the map so you don't have that kind of surprise. So by picking up this hero, in a way, you kind of ban out the Lu Yi, and even if the Lu Yi gets picked up, he has ways to fight against it.
Yeah, definitely can be a threat. There goes that Joy we were talking about, though. They need a little bit more to kind of slow it down in its tracks. Yes, we have the glue, but other than that, the Joy has just been such a strong pick, and just some excellent reading from SRG so far. You gotta see the mid laner matchup, though. If they do try and go in for this E for RRQ, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of threats that could be a problem. First of all, the Joy get into the back line, the AOG coming in from this Gatot as well. Could be a major
It's a ball.
I like the
A big black ball.
You want guys to have as free of a game as possible. Because
Anywho,
we've seen junglers.
let me
amazing
take
junglers,
a
just get stopped by one crowd control, and then that's it. That's
look
GG.
at
So maybe we were gonna look at a Tigreal ban as well, perhaps.
the in-game mages.
Tigreal ban, I mean, Tig could really kind of work comfortably for
I guess
either
SRG
side.
could pick it up,
SRG could pick it up.
Okay, so when
The
speaking
Jawhead
of the
ban is
mages that are
clutch. It's
top
been
5
like
in
the
the
one
game
answer
right
to
now.
the Joy. And it just adds that
Right,
early game at this
Zushin,
point if RQ
Eve,
wants to invest in like
Zushin,
strong
Eve.
early game. Because I think that's the real matchup between the CEO and the
Zushin, Eve, Aurora is
Joy. You
definitely
need
the
to
third
get 2
one,
or 3
no?
kills early on, right? And just completely smother the Joy as much as possible. But SRG bans out the Tig anyways.
Do we see SRG pulling out the Vexana here? Especially with the glue being on the other side. It could be a
Now,
very
already is a
wise
joke.
decision.
I would have been surprised.
Rail
if
is
they,
kind of a
pick
meme.
up a Ferromis as well. just to answer
Kimi,
the
absolutely no way. Kadita,
It honestly
nobody
really
really
depends. It's a
prioritizes the Kadita these days at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Zushin is gone, but Eve is still open.
You think so?
Eve is open on the board. I think this is gonna be an Eve pick.
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
RRQ might go for the Sicilian. Sicilian, I don't know, man. Why is the Sicilian not top 5 when it comes to the tournament? I do not understand that thing. I can't really understand the part like why Sicilian isn't the top 5 mage when it
If
comes
anyone
to the
can do it,
tournament.
Stormy can. If Stormy
Better
can,
than Sunset?
I was about to say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's Valentina, I forgot, right?
you don't debate me on
Yeah,
this.
there is always Valentina. Zushin is definitely hands down the top mage in game right now. It's Zushin then
All right,
Eve.
thank you.
I forgot who I was on the desk with.
Well, that also...
No, it's Parsha. It's not the Eve.
Rome or XP as well. I mean, technically the...
Eve isn't banned.
is still up for grabs as well, and we see
Eve isn't
SRG
banned.
might go for
It's
this double
Parsha is coming out from the side of
composition when it comes to Cram,
SRG.
when it comes to Yumes,
So
to be
it
able to
looks like
disrupt teams, they get to their
Cecilion
back
isn't even
line.
the fucking
So
top
we'll have to
of
see which way
picks
that
at
goes.
this point.
Artillery
No,
being locked in,
people are
though. Farza
prioritizing
now
Parsha
on
over
board
the
for SRG.
You know, we've
Cecilion
seen
and
RQ
everything.
sometimes pick up things like the Ruby could be a possibility.
Eve.
I'm trying to think of a
So
nice
is
take for
Zushin,
them.
it's Eve.
I mean, maybe even like a Grok or something that just
No,
gets
honestly-
to the Farza or something, you know?
Honestly, even just the highlights, just opening
Is
up. the
Zushin, is Eve.
Yeah,
right.
Hylos
Exactly.
is still open.
Yeah.
That's the safer, easier call.
But the Bellerin!
Bellerin,
For the
come
Joy,
on.
right?
It's Aurora then, right? Third one is Aurora.
Shines the golden crown.
Oded! I was just fucking saying Oded is a meme and this motherfucker speaks of Oded.
Throwback. F-Capo.
I was just saying how Oded is a fucking meme and they actually go for the Oded thing. I was just saying that Oded is a meme and these guys actually pick the Oded. I hope they freaking lose with the Oded, man.
The
What the hell?
Odette pick.
I mean, actually Oded can be a good pick into Joy. Yeah, Oded can be a really good pick into a Joy.
Is this going to be a Gatot XP? Or will this be a
I don't
Gatot?
know.
They could take the
Hilda
Hylos
is gone, right?
super
Hilda is gone.
bulky from
Jawhead is
behind.
gone.
But whatever they pick,
What
either
the
way.
freak was
for those
that
that don't
Odette
know,
pick?
Odette has been a clutch pocket pick against the Joy in past M series and past M.
Yeah, against Joy, Oded is really
I
good.
think we would see, but still, it's pretty hype, man. And RQ's putting a lot on the line there.
I don't know, man. Cecilion, it looks like Cecilion is the like fifth,
Answer to the Odette, probably. Even
but nobody even like give any freaking freak about Eve or Cecilion, right?
Looks like the Edith will be going into the Rome, and I gotta say,
There's Aurora,
this
there's
game
Vexana.
in this match looks to be very high with this interesting.
Yeah, Zarsk is no longer valid after the nerf. Zarsk is totally gone. They ruined Zarsk. They completely ruined Zarsk when they nerfed that HP of that spawn.
Mirko and Leo at your service with you for the action in this best of 5.
Nerfing the bigger D's HP, that was too much.
It's always great to be casting an SRG match. The fact that we get to cast an RRQ SRG elimination match, I'm hyped.
The home court is anywhere when you're playing with these two icons, these two titans of industry. When you're talking MLBB Esports, RRQ on their pilgrimage back to where it all began. SRG on that golden road.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
The journey has started already.
Decision is definitely in that top 6 picture overall.
Game number 1 as we head into the land of Dawn.
No team has done it, Leo.
In-game wise though, whenever I'm playing the game, it feels like the top 3 to me, right? Right after Eve, it's the Sicilian.
Almost doing it.
Silvan, hello. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. What a day to drop by. When I do not have my face cam. What's going on? What's going on? I was just yapping about what is the top 5 mage in the game right now with myself.
To the 29th of December. Complete all the active tasks during the event to reach level 75 for free. Get amazing rewards, including Claw's battle emote, the M6 Glory Avatar border, the Baksha's battle emote, and a few other bits and pieces.
Have you been watching the M6 so far, or nah? We got an Odette pick here though. It's kind of interesting to watch. Yo, Yume says Warcry. That's ED Chrome with Warcry. What are these guys cooking?
Hero number 76 out of 126. Action in the top lane.
Yeah, it's the Odette pick. I think Trex already mentioned this earlier, but yeah,
Stormy having to use the wings by wings forcefully. In this definitely winning that lane clearance battle. Okay, Dyran being pressured. Dyran, he still comes back in. I think Joy is okay, no, never mind.
All the way from the mid lane using
Cram is in trouble now. Cram goes down. Cram still surviving. He goes down to the hands of Sutsujin.
At some point, Cram just understood that he was
interesting picks this match.
To find
really
place elsewhere to make the most out of their XP laner's sacrifice. Ikram might have died for vain because there's nothing SRG.
I'm totally overlooking the EDOC on that Beleric.
In position for the first turtle.
At least he got the flickers out.
And this is the RRQ starter easily, right?
It does seem like,
yeah, it doesn't look like Sek is gonna contest for this.
Sutsujin might not even use the retribution. Yeah, just goes for the soul sever.
Nice decision making from what? Stormy? Excuse me?
Not much SRG can go for. No trades available for them.
I guess trying to do something. No, he will be punished. Yeah, Stormy will definitely be punished.
Swan song, no flicker, no problem.
He was little bit too aggressive.
Stormy definitely overstayed his welcome there. Yums walks over the Earth Shadow.
Oh!
Into the slashes of Sutsujin. The AOG comes in, but it's a bit too late.
Nah, man, SRG are getting clapped this time.
Pushing the tempo.
They are underestimating this freaking Beleric. Bro, Odette does so much damage. You guys have to understand Odette does so much damage. You cannot be doing that, man, to an Odette.
Either way, any bit you can take away.
The only point where Odette becomes useless, it is like if you pressure out the Odette.
For the King of Kings, 3 minutes in. In about a minute, the turtle will respawn, folks. Respawn in that upper quarter. The fact that it's a dead lane for both SRG and RRQ means RRQ can just repeat what they did. If anything, they now have the lead, so it should be easier for them, especially since
Sutsujin has like two level lead over Seki. Speaking of Odette, that shield is so massive on Odette though. No, Seki. Okay, he's surviving, but Stormy goes down. Yumes might go down there. Oh, Yumes actually will go down here, yeah. Goodbye, Yumes. Oh, yes. What an freaking split from Dyran. What an freaking amazing split from Dyran, bro. RRQ are clapping at this point.
Up against Liquid 2 days ago.
Bro is
Cram ain't even able to do anything. Cram cannot use his unbreakable offensively. Oh my god, he's getting totally zoned out. Okay, I'm taking note.
I want to push it even further. This is only just with the first turn.
Being picked up by Bruno.
Trying to open up right now. Gets caught, but slam, pass. That's an onward.
At least SRG has something in face of that Bruno in the hands of Innocent. Okay. Oh, massive AOG. But you know who has a better AOE? Is the Belleric and the Oded, but they will be getting punished here. It's an equal trade almost. Who picked up the turtle? Sutsujin still picking up the turtle.
It becomes a 2 for 2. 2 kills over to the turtle. Skylar winning in this trade as expected for the Granger Bruno matchup.
Half man.
Okay, Skylar is winning the lane.
Innocent currently undefeated on this Bruno. So
aren't our guy isn't Bian gold laner as well? He doesn't even play, man. Like Niaz, he doesn't even play the ML at all these days. He has been enjoying life, man. He has been cancer free.
Been known to make comebacks happen. I don't know what
such a dub for the man.
Who were able to control the game from the start.
I cannot get away from MLB though, sadly.
Different pace. Usually they find their power spike around 8-10 minutes.
I tried.
That's what arc you have to look out for.
True that. In the past, ladies and gentlemen, Selangor Giants have been more comfortable in the early to mid-late game. Was no problem, but here
the gold lead, it is only like 2.5k, right? Yeah, 2.5k gold lead.
I guess this is just them as champions adjusting to the current meta game.
Looking at it,
by the way,
the SRG, they have to put all their attention towards the Bruno right now. It looks like RRQ are the one who are going to be putting their attention towards the Bruno before SRG does. And Skylar already has the Sky Piercer? Yeah, Sky Piercer as well.
And they're picking up the pace.
I said
the bottom lane has been too quiet. RRQ just solved that issue.
Man,
yeah, as soon as I said that, I freaking cast him. This was innocent minute. I mean, minute, innocent hour.
And like this is a different game. Skylar, 1,300 gold ahead.
Oh, okay. W shutdown picked them from Sekis. You do not go and freaking 1v1 a joy. 1v1ing a joy, it's not that smart most of the time. Unless you are playing something like branded button match Alucard or something. Alucard does so much damage for no reason.
XP lane is looking good for red.
It's really good. They have the prio. So they can't actually go for
okay. Oded, he has to use the flicker.
Uses the primal wrath.
Okay, Skylar, W Rondo, but he still gets hit by the Odette, not Odette, the passive of Harsha. Tech is already using the equipping beat, he cannot do anything, oh my god. Dylan is gonna be spotting him as well, he has to run. Yeah, they have to give up the turtle. W team formation from ISC. Oh my god, bro, what the frick?
Dylan respects it, and both of them go their separate ways.
He disengages. RQ Hoshi happy with the game. So far, 7 minutes in, 3k gold lead, another conversion up top.
Look at Stormy.
Indeed.
He's way behind enemy lines. Does anyone know?
Stormy?
Unaware.
What was that? Okay, now Stormy will be... Never mind. He has the win.
Innocent gets the turret because of the diversion from Stormy.
All right,
why did they not pick up the Sicilian, man? Langur, why did they have to go for this Parsha?
Reclaim to give space for Innocent? Should be space at the half-man.
Bro, Sicilian would have been so good here, man. Why did they go for the Parsha?
Right now, he's still number 3 gold ranking, so it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's still almost 1,000 down on Granger, though. And against Skylar, I think for SRG, a lot of prio needs to be placed on getting Skylar. They burnt out the flicker. Now you have to go for the throw. You gotta get those Sky Piercer stacks away from Skylar. We know how elusive it can be, especially with RQ always just playing for him.
Alright, Angs are pressuring on that Bruno once again, man. They do not wanna let that Bruno farm easily.
It's very greedy for you to build Sky Piercer.
Sekis is trying to split push. Cram is there. They do not know that Cram is there. Now Sutsujin is respecting the damage coming in from Sekis. He's not going to be trying to 1v1ing him anymore. And I told you guys, man, that Parsha pick wasn't good, man.
Yoms will be able to defend in the mid lane, and Sutsujin is just screening skies. Everywhere he goes, Sutsujin goes the same way. Melfic Roar picked up for Mr. Sutsujin. That is his 3rd item with the Hunter Strike and the War Axe. He actually opted to go for cooldown boots. So
bro, Bruno can't even farm safely. His freaking pick has been trying to be gobbled everywhere he go, man. SRG, if they want to win this game, they have to babysit this Bruno. They have to babysit this Bruno and funnel every... Oh my god, man. Every freaking time. time. The Bruno is being pressured so much, and SRG, they like, why do they not understand it that RRQ knows not to let the Bruno farm. The RRQ knows the Bruno is the only person that can win them the game. Oh, Seki is giving them a big shutdown. That wasn't smart from Seki. His team was so freaking split up. He still went for the kill onto Skyler. And you are going onto a hero who has like who can dash 2 times easily in a battle. He still had the flicker. Okay, the Granger, he still had the flicker, and Seki went for the Granger anyway. That wasn't smart from Seki.
Scalpel precision by Sang Raja. Now 5,000 gold ahead. In the current metagame, there is a go in theory.
What the hell? Okay. RRQ are definitely ahead, like 5k ahead. They can definitely pressure here.
Good shape. Then you should be fine, but arguably you're breaking that threshold. Right now, 10 minutes in, first Lord down. I'm guessing they can go as deep as popping those holy shields, Mirko.
I think so too. With the range they have and the disengage, I don't even want to
go Stormy. What is the itemization coming in so far from Stormy? Does he have the lightning truncheon?
It's a swan song with a bit of tree, a bit of roots there, here and there.
It's lethal provocation. If you decide to fight them, they will fight you back.
Oh my god, that damage from the swan song is ridiculous.
The kill, that is his 5th stack in this game. Stuck Lima! He's fully stacked, guys. Oh, he's gonna be careful. He has to be very careful. That's another one connecting. That's the second one as well.
Seki, he's gonna go down. He's not gonna be going down immediately, but he's gonna go down either way.
Oh, he wants to go for him.
Nah, he's gonna...
Another up top. They're so moving for the siege. Guys is actually buying a lot of time. Sutsujin with the chase.
Okay, he's gonna go out now. He gets his dash again. Right on time though. That was so close. Oh, Sutsujin, he was still looking for Seki. Wow.
Holy defense pop up top. I don't know how it's looking like down below, but in the mid lane, they still have that wave.
Bro, the timer when I said that at the 6-minute mark that SRG, they have to pay the attention to the Bruno here. They need to make this game for the Bruno. That is when they should have been paying attention to the Bruno. And like,
say what you will about
RRQ knows the only way SRG can make a comeback to this game is through this Bruno's hand.
That's a good point. I think so. That brought so much.
But the question is, can they set it up for the Bruno? I don't think so.
Major damage sources for RRQ. Those are legit their cores that he pulled away.
What you doing, Insane?
The siege can only work if they have Skylar. So as long as you bring up Skylar, it's over for the siege, right? SRG can still clear out these waves. They have a Bruno. They have the Farsa. These are the 2 picks that we are always going to think about when we think high ground control, wave clear. They're really good at getting rid of the Lord and the minion waves, but still though, despite the Lord not able to get any of the base turrets, they've done enough with the base turret, right? Just
now the question comes down to, can SRG somehow get a good opportunity for Bruno to be picking up like a double or a triple kill, okay?
But now past the 12-minute mark,
the Bruno, he has 3 items already, up. Waiting for my phone to charge up. What do you mean your phone to charge up, man? Huh?
The RGM dog.
Rose gold dog.
Rose gold.
I got the rose gold dog.
Just in time, man. Perfect time. A rose gold dog for Mr. Skyler.
Rose gold.
501. SRG. What do they have to do with this?
Okay, Skyler already has freaking full build. He's like 3k gold ahead. I got a Baro. Sorry. Not for okay, he's like 2.5k gold ahead. Oh, nah.
Hoping for one. Dyron down to half health.
Oh my god, Bruno. Okay.
Everyone's gonna be careful here. Split use. Revitalize already. And they use
oh man. You know, okay, Yums. No! What am I watching from Yums? What am I watching from Yums?
The stun over from Sutsujin and that's not connecting.
No, Innocent is gonna fall. Innocent is gonna fall, yup.
Pop in Innocent, all 3-0, point blank.
Innocent needs the wind of nature. He actually doesn't need the wind of nature. Bro, it's so hard to play this game, man. If you're Innocent, what the frick can you do? He's 0-3-0.
A risky one at that.
It's versus Odette, right?
He sold his rose gold dog, turning it into a war axe. He's showing his teeth now. The claws have come out.
That's kind of local, man. Dashing in forward against a Bruno, against a Farsa. Sky's got to be careful.
Okay, Innocent finally picking up that rose gold.
He's done so
I mean, he already had the magic blade. The magic blade did not do anything for him there.
Can you escape?
Here's 3!
Nah, here goes Sekis. Good night. Skylar has like now 70 stacks.
Not again.
Skylar has 60 stacks, right? Not 70. If I'm not mistaken, he has 60 stacks. Might be 70.
The Lord
Nah, he has 60. He has 60.
taken care of about a couple of minutes before the next one spawns. I think SRG are still in it, but it's looking very dire.
Oh, Cram looking forward for the airstrike over to the wave. Skylar's going to try to go for it. That's Sonata. 3 of them hitting on the Stormy. The 4th one whiffing. In the top lane, it's a base rotation.
Nah, bro. Cram is getting melted by everyone. Oh my god. Yums cannot do shit. Can they even freaking create a wall? Okay, yeah, they can. They can.
The base still standing.
Alright, Edok. Oh my god, guys. Look at the itemization from Edok. Look at the item that Edok just picked up. This is kind of ridiculous, man. Now, Yums cannot do anything because Yums doesn't have farm.
To control themselves.
It all comes down to if they can somehow catch Skylar off guard. In a fight, if they can catch Skylar off guard first, before anybody goes down, Skylar is the one that has to go down first. Then anybody can go down from either side, it doesn't really matter. So Skylar is the one they should be looking for. I don't see a way how I can catch Skylar this game. If I'm playing from the side of Salangurs, I don't see a freaking way how I can catch Skylar this game. No way that Skylar is getting caught this game. That's the problem.
4,000 goldie, 4,500 goldie.
Parsha isn't really reliable to go up versus a Granger.
You know, I think the biggest criticism, the biggest point of criticism towards Sutsujin in the match against Vamos and TLID was the fact that his retreats just haven't been on point. He hasn't been able to secure neutral objectives to the team, and now it seems, you know, that problem's gone.
Look at these numbers, folks.
Of course the problem is gone. That boy was freaking taking all the freaking turtles by himself and the Lord. There was no contest.
Raja. Stormy preemptively uses the flicker and the feathered airstrike.
Oh, Ritz is down! Lethal ignition with the burn. Diamond coming out. Sky's in the back line. Skylar trying to cut away. That's Sonata away. And now claims the Lord. Skylar meteor. It's a win for SRG.
Yo, they're coming back. They actually caught Rince and Dyren. That worked. Here comes Bruno. Bruno is their win con here, man. Bruno, no, that's too deep.
Cram takes him out. 3 for none.
RRQ got the Lord, but they came aggro at the right time, pressuring them.
This Lord is going to be giving negative games.
Nice one.
That was a phenomenal fight by the Selangor Red Giants. This is what we were talking about, Leo. It came a bit later than we expected.
Okay, Innocent. He has the attack speed now to do something.
They have bought enough time for the Bruno, for the Farsa to be a threat.
Okay, this is the hour where Granger totally falls down almost. Granger doesn't do much damage against tanks.
Their gold lead down to 5K.
Hey, no, okay. Nah, he has the Purify to get that out of there.
He's safe for now.
Very close. Innocent with the Purify.
Mini heart attack for all the SRG fans all around the world. They cannot afford one more death on Innocent. No, sir. That win in the Lord Pit, amazing. The art of the turn, SRG putting on a clinic, but they got to do more than that. I think one more go at that. Can they?
Damn, bro. Okay, Sekis is getting a pretty vital pickup on
from items here. Is that a holy crystal that Stormy is building towards?
Bro, what is that thing called? Winter Crown. That Winter Crown is gonna be vital this upcoming team fight.
Even if he builds the nature, there's gonna be so much power from that Sky Piercer to actually execute him. So might as well go for the Rose Gold, go for the Wind Talker, try to evade from the damage instead of tanking it up. Meanwhile, though, for Sutsujin, he's also trying to bank on the true damage. Endless Battle here, already bought as well, trying to get through some of the defenses that SRG have.
His last item could be anything between a Sea Halberd or a Malefic Roar. Some of these engages leave SRG with like a third, a fourth of their health. Sutsujin just wants to end it. Sutsujin just wants to use the Queller and just end things. RRQ maintaining the lead, putting pressure on the bottom lane. This is the only lane they have yet to penetrate. Skylar building the Sea Halberd. All right, they understand that Yums and Cram have been getting away with it.
And we have to think about it this way. For RQ, their
Okay,
jungler,
Clam.
he used the Winter Crown earlier. I think it should be...
Kills, they have a plan. Probably, I don't know.
From being back up, so there's no more full
So 30 more seconds for the next Lord.
glass cannon build.
Yep, full on damage until those active items come off of cooldown. Stormy here, preemptive feathered airstrike, so just clearing.
I don't know what is going on, man. I don't know what is going on. Yums is literally playing for the, playing from the back. Yeah, now Yums is always watching Innocent. Okay. Now Yums is always keeping his eye on Innocent. Now Yums is literally the shadow for Innocent.
Properly though, again.
Where is Riz? Oh, Rizox is having an exam.
It's closer towards the Lord. The bottom lane has actually been slow pushed by RRQ. They've set up very well into the Lord setup. 5,000 gold lead at this point is really...
Techies actually missed one bit there. He did miss the middle bit. I could tell that he missed the bit. I was listening to the sound of the dashes.
Crashes through, finds Tyron.
He didn't miss the bit there. He has the Winter Crown. Hey. Okay, Skyler is still surviving. You're Luffy, man. I saw you playing Luffy. What the hell? It's the big boy Luffy. The green skin boy. The green screen boy.
From his teammates.
W. Yo, they do not know Sutsujin is there? No. Oh, bro, that's criminal. That Cram didn't check that bush.
20 minutes in.
Aseki still got the immortality.
I don't think you want us to go on that. Edok, the tank, a bit of damage here. SRG.
What's going on, Luffy? What's going on, man? Good morning. Why aren't you just playing, bro?
24 seconds on Dyron. SRG needs to pull the trigger.
Watching while playing. It's the PC boy. Oh. Skyler gonna go down finally.
Going into the back line with a crown.
Yes, Skyler goes down. W. Let's go. Goodbye. This is why I love SRG. They always freaking make a comeback. They always find this kind of plays. Let's go.
Chain CC, the glue cannot tank that damage.
W, bro. W. Game number 1 goes to SRG. Let's go.
Come back in game 1.
Where is Paul?
1-0.
Where is Paul?
Solid start. IOI Exhibition Hall up against the Kings of Kings. You can hear it in
okay, they're still smiling. They are still confident.
Of the Selangor Red Giants army.
Damn.
Back to the drawing board, Ark. You have to go figure out where it
What you doing, Luffy? What you doing, bro? What you doing?
Even late game, but what caused this comeback? We'll throw it over to our analysts, LaFell, Wheezy, and Trex to break it down.
That was definitely a game.
The assassin boy.
SRG has been talking about finding their identity, and this is their turnaround, man. A lot to talk about.
Are you live, Luffy?
But again, gotta give big
I can check
shout-outs to
from
my
my
boy.
phone. I don't think you are live. Are you live?
Finding Rins at the edge of the feather S-right, hitting 2. Rins basically gets taken down by the emblem, and then after that, SRG is like, it's go time. Once the Odette is not there, Sky says freedom.
Suffering the cold, bro. It's not that cold right now over here, man. But I was here. I have been here since like 2 a.m. and it was cold, man. It was cold. During the night, it was pretty cold. But right now, man, it's not that cold.
Any moment of weakness.
If I bang out a workout. Yeah, if I go and bang a workout out. Bang out a workout? Is that the right word? I don't know. Yeah, if I go and work out, I'll be needing the AC right now, man. Just playing. Okay.
Early on in the game, even when Set Guys was a few.
It's the just playing boy, bro. You play a lot, man. You play a lot.
Continues to write the story as
you play a lot.
Stronger and stronger with these scaling heroes. Once more and more items start getting locked in. It was just too much damage from all around the board between Innocent. Even if you get Innocent, you got Stormy who locks in Holy Crystal at the end. You have Set Guys who's completely in there. I mean, by the end of there, it was just too much. And even some of those I mean, it
You
feels like
play
he
a
has the
hell
ability
lot.
to play better. We saw Sekai's almost completely mess up, and Cram comes in with the AOG to save him, and it felt
He's
like
the 200 stars boy.
Can we talk about that?
That's
What
crazy,
is that
man.
synergy
I can't even go to 50 stars.
Skylar's a problem.
If you look at my history, you will be telling me to uninstall the game.
It's like I can, but I need help though. And
That's how
Cram
fucking
came in
unlucky
with
I
that help.
am, man.
Yeah, just getting the job done. I mean, even Skylar in the beginning, he picked up that Sky Piercer, and it was such a threat. Picking up kills left and right. There was a moment where Mirko even said,
Okay, Skylar was actually playing my freaking fighter build Granger. Bro, Skylar was actually playing my fighter build Granger.
they were going insane.
I mean, how could you not? How could
No
you
matter
not?
what side you're on.
No
I
matter
feel
what
like.
side you're on, you know? Because, like, I feel like it looked 5,000 gold lead, full items on the jungle as well as the goal leader.
I mean, he did a lot shit ton of damage.
86,000 damage.
But Innocent still did more damage.
3,000. Like, he just needed space.
And took more.
Sakai's and Cram really gave that space.
You know, and there's something important to note as well. We heard Mirko and Leo talking about how Skylar was also building a lot of damage. And we saw those emblems a minute ago. And again, Skylar goes for the full damage emblem instead of picking up.
Do I have a notification when my phone freaking hits 60% charging?
And I think in endgame, that's when you get so much, you get a lot of profit out of that, right? Because once you get below that 50%, you're getting a little bit of extra defense, and you can last just a little bit longer in those fights. Maybe when Sekai's jumps on you in the end game, you don't immediately go down. And some of those risks, you know, in the end, the risk capitalized over the reward for Skylar.
Speaking of risk, speaking of reward, as we take a look at the gold graph, I mean,
look at that turn.
For a while, it was RRQ's game. They took
Yeah, RRQ are dominating, of course, man.
and still that one slight mistake and a turnaround from SR.
Wait, guys, the fuck? Guys, the fuck?
If you guys see our
Do you guys know that SRG only took down freaking 3 towers this game? They are all mid lane towers. RRQ only took down 3 towers this game. 1, 2, 3 towers. Yeah? They're all mid lane towers and the base. Good night.
And then Selangor and Giant start to slowly get the advantage. And I feel like the biggest thing is access to the backline, because if you look at the core understanding of SRG's draft, it's all about dealing with Skylar, right? As long as you get the main damage dealer, then you're all good. Where you have the Gatakacha as well as the Joy. Edith covers the backline. Farsa can engage as well from afar. Innocent just cleans house. So honestly, I gotta give big props to Cram and Skies. They did their job well.
Yeah, and that helps out Innocent, right? Because for a while, he was behind in the economy compared to Skylar, right? I remember Leo at a point in time, he said he couldn't even afford to get the Wind of Nature. He was so far behind Skylar, but with the help of Sakai's, with the help of Cram, with the help of the entire team, he was able to start slowly getting to those core items, and once that Bruno gets online, it's a very hard machine to stop.
And now we gotta look at our MVP. And I gotta say, people have been criticizing this man's Joy, but today here's the MVP. Sakai's on that Joe, dropping the beat of the Flash.
Dropping the beat of the Flash, and very well done. I mean, just knew his objective, knew his job, and was able to split up the enemy team. And I love what you said, Lavelle. You know, having to take out Skylar, having to take out Rins was Sekai's job, but once he does that, also we saw a few times Dyron gets separated, the rest of the team gets separated, and that was SRG's win con, right? As long as we can get them a little bit apart, then Innocent and rest of team can handle this, and Cram and Sekai's can get to the back line, and SRG wins out when the fights are separated, right? SRG has enough damage spread out among all 5 of their members that they can disband their members a bit, put them across the map, and win as long as RQ's on different parts.
And he had a lot of challenges to go up against. First of all, the glue on the table. We saw that stun come in. It was about, what, 1.5 seconds where he just couldn't move at all.
That was the Odette,
yeah. That was
the Odette as well, yeah.
Like,
and then on top of that, there was a moment where RQ host was trying to take the inhibitor turret, and he runs all the way to the opposing side of the map and forces the team to chase him on that engagement to buy SRG the time it needed for the defense.
Yeah, something to really point out here is, I like what you said, he bought time as well. So what we see here is honestly Skies being the MVP, not because of the KDA. He got the kills, he got the assists, sure. But how he played the macro game as well, pulling away key targets away from Slangware Giants, that's key.
I love this play right here. Now look at those levels, 3 levels ahead. If this doesn't prove that Joy is the better counter to Suyo, I think that just nails the coffin in. And I'm sure at some point we're also going to see what you said, the running away. Whenever Lord's coming, he's completely pulling everyone away. At one point, I think it was second or third Lord, he soloed Lord top lane and stopped it from even getting to base. I mean, overall, Sekai's, maybe his KDA isn't perfect this game, but everything else was.
Yeah, bruh, Seki's was, yeah. Rapping. This time, Seki's, that play where he came in and he took down the Granger away from his team. That was so good from Seki's. It didn't pay out earlier, but this time when he did it, there were no towers that Skyler could like hide under, right? That was big.
How about we make it a 1v1 5 times?
It's becoming an SRG special, right? I mean, every time Cram and Humes finds a way to get to the
I think, guys, I will have to go really soon, man.
Guaranteed win for SRG on the turnaround.
I don't think I can watch more than 2 games.
They've been approaching the games, and I think
I can only watch like 2 more games, then I have to go.
But I still have in my gut, I still feel like SRG.
Somebody actually like took the like back from my stream. Wow.
Champions in the past.
Wow. W.
Losing early game. This snapback was maybe a little bit risky, letting it get to 7, 8, or 9K, but a lot of teams are okay with letting that gold lead escape until the first or second Lord, you know? And then first Lord, 8 to 10 minutes, that rubber band happens. And now it's, okay, we're back in control. So SRG's been playing for those mid to late game power spikes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So many amazing teams have played that same exact way.
Speaking of which, do you know SRG? They meet Ferry. Gaming meets luxury. Luxury meets gaming. Ferry's first. M662 watches, a special jewelry collection for Jushin and Mia, and brand new champion rings and medals. Which honestly, the medals look pretty good, by the way. I'm trying to do the Japanese style. M6 Suisu watches. It's on the ad. It's on the ad.
What is it doing?
I got the watch. I got the ring. I got the bling.
You just need a pendant now, right? Did you make your mythic? Right?
I am mythic.
Okay, so you gotta get your pendant. If you guys hit mythic, they have mythic pendants available as well.
And oh no, is it not here? Did they not give it? Oh well, whatever. Fuel your game with Hello Panda Crunchy Biscuits filled with creamy chocolate or strawberry, the ultimate snack to keep you energized. Level up your day.
Bro, Ale sponsorship from Hello Panda, guys. Ale freaking sponsorship from Hello Panda. These guys are not even giving these casters enough biscuits to eat, man. Wow.
Nah, you know what? I feel like it's partly our fault. Maybe we took a little bit more than we were supposed to.
You brought the bowl out the other day. Did you bring a bowl again?
Something told me that that I was not gonna have to use it, so I didn't know. Talk about the game? Yes, let's talk about the game. Speaking of Magic Chess Go-Go, the game, a multiplayer strategy game now soft launch in Malaysia and Singapore. Pre-registration is now underway for other APAC regions. And I gotta say, Magic Chess Go-Go, honestly, I've been playing it in just one day. I went from Warrior, now I'm Grandmaster. I know on the BM desk, Adin has been grinding as well. Personally, for me, I love the Northern Vale one. It's like Carrie's passive, and it's incredible. So, shout outs Magic Chess Go-Go. I personally am gonna invest more time onto that.
You know
it's
what?
gonna be an esport, trust me.
And there's no need for fast fingers, so...
Oh, they did actually update the Northern Vale passive. I see.
Strategize with your friends.
Northern Vale didn't used to use like, work like that. They definitely upgraded
your opponents and claim the ultimate victory.
Yeah, they definitely upgraded it.
I've been outsmarting quite a lot of people.
Have you?
I have a over 94% top 4 rate.
Oh. How many games have you played? 3.
19 or 20 or something like that.
Nice.
Which, by the way, can you imagine? I played like 12, 13 games, and it barely hit my battery. That's how optimized the game is.
Wow.
On a single,
what phone were you playing on?
On the ROG, on a single charge. I can play like 12, 13 games, and I was like, wait, I still have more. I still don't have to charge. I'm like, oh. It could be the RG, it could be the well-optimized game, but either way, I'm a happy man. Speaking of a happy man, I was happy that SRG won, but that was close. Now, Trex, can we imagine that is SRG when they're losing by 5,000 gold?
Imagine if they're only losing by 2.
Imagine if they win by 5,000
yeah,
gold.
or if they're up by 5,000 gold.
Oh, wait, I have imagined that. That was during the Swiss stage, and then they got comebacked. Right.
So they actually have to be behind.
Have
yeah,
to be
it's
behind.
all part of the plan.
Because when they're ahead, bad things happen.
You know what else is cool?
What's
Innocence Bruno. Still 100%.
Still 100%.
Now out of 4
true.
games.
Now, we were able to talk to Keskew, the coach coming in from RRQ. Let's see what he thinks about Selangor Red Giants coming into this matchup where the Giants search for identity. This is Keskew's quote. Every team has its challenges, and SRG is still finding their identity. They're struggling with this patch because they don't have any particular strong heroes, which makes them easier to draft against. However, it all comes down to their preparation, and we're looking forward to playing against the hometown heroes. And weird to say, maybe Chaos is their identity now, which is so different from MSC.
Yeah, RRQ, they got to find some answers, right? I mean, we are now at the peak. Before we go to Axiata, one more seat and a hurdle they have to jump through. Playing from behind now with SRG in the lead. I know you're excited for Malaysia as well. There's a lot of excitement for both teams out in the crowd behind us. Felt like an earthquake for a moment while the teams were fighting it out and the turnaround happened from SRG.
Yeah, I'm at a point where I think, I like how we keep saying SRG's chaos, but also there's still some, I'm a strong believer that there's some methodicalness to what they're doing, you know?
Controlled chaos.
Like maybe it got a little out of hand there with the gold lead getting to 8 to 9K, but their composition, I think they knew their win con, it wasn't going to be early game, right? They knew laning phase is not where we're going to win this. But as long as we hang on, it is a guaranteed path to victory. And though it is chaotic in the team fights, I think their approach to the game is still very smart and genius.
Let's talk about Coach
Sorry,
Keskew,
guys. Oh.
because let's try to get into the mind of a coach. What do you tell your team? What really went wrong? What do you have to change?
Okay, I think we are going back to the draft, okay? Yeah.
Essentially what
One more
SRG
minute.
did will not happen again.
Well, I would say don't let the rubber band effect bounce back on you, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that went right for RQ Hoshi. Skylar was on fire. I mean, he picked up that Sky Piercer. He was getting everything done, but it's those key moments where you see Sakai's sneak through and create a window of opportunity by distracting several members.
And now, folks, on your screen is the average gold per minute ranking. Aaron Shiki is #1 with 835 gold per minute, but not far behind. Innocent is actually #2 with 831, and Kelra #3 with 814.
That's insane if you think about it, because Innocent, so many games they're behind when these games start, and Innocent is still the #2 average GPM. His team is losing by 5,000 gold, but he's the #2 average GPM.
How?
I told you,
How does that even work?
Does he spawn more minions?
I don't know. Math's hard, man.
Anyways, looking at the average KDA here, Skylar is winning out by 0.8. But looking at the gold per minute, Innocent finds ways just to get the farm, plus 36.4. Average kills, Skylar is a little bit higher, but gotta say, SRG games doesn't really go bloodthirsty.
I believe that Skylar actually got the spot up and gold lane.
Yeah, I feel like the economy and the gold is not really ever a worry for SRG, right? They just wait for the late game. If all else fails, just stall to the late, find a distraction, and then bounce back. Speaking of bouncing back into the draft we go for game #2 for the Kings. RRQ Hoshi and SRG, who will be able to move forward. Will it be RRQ Hoshi trying to even out the series, or will it be 2-0 from SRG?
Okay, so RQ this time once again takes first pick, which is pretty still out of comfort zone for them usually. It's been their losing side most of the time, but I think the big switch up here is if SRG leaves the Bruno open, they take the Bruno.
Yeah, I think that would be the case.
They definitely take the Bruno this time, and then if SRG, maybe trying to bait SRG to pick up the Suyo so they can get the Joy. But I think first picking Suyo is no longer meta in draft. Like I don't think it loses a lot. The blue Yo's losing a lot right now.
I feel like it's because of the existence of the Joy. That's why people are really considering it. Like again, Suyo is an amazing hero, but if the Joy is open, like if you ban
Joy,
then
you're good.
That's good. That is good. Exactly.
It's going to be interesting though, because if RRQ takes the Bruno, that's a gamble SRG is willing to take. I mean, that's why they leave it open. With being on second pick, Coach RK.
I thought the fan was picking
sneak
in.
About it, just due to proper planning. So RRQ Hoshi will
No, they're taking the Bruno. They're giving it straight to Skyler's hand.
Proper planning right there. It's like we're gonna pick it. That's the proper planning.
So they should be the Joy, or they might have something else.
I think you third pick jungle, because if you pick Joy, RQ could still go the Fred, right? They can still pick up the Fred to deal with the Joy. So now our SRG's in this place where I don't think we want to show our jungle pick right away.
I don't know. I feel Joy Louis for some reason.
Joy Louis?
I say Joy still because even the last game there was multiple counters to the Joy and he was still able to get the job done. So I feel like that's a gamble. I feel like with SRG they're not really too worried about the hard counters as often and they just want to find a way around it. So I do think maybe the Joy blocks. The Lu Yi would be
got the first.
Very interesting. The Suyo!
Wow. After we talked about how good the Joy against the Suyo is this a bait?
I was saying RQ's trying to bait them into Suyo maybe by picking the Bruno first, but I'm still a little surprised by it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Suyo can be good as long as you're willing to finish. Like you have to get that lead immediately, which hasn't been SRG's
Time to drop the
shining zone, you know, and RQ immediately
And here comes the Joy.
as the counter, gets the glue as well.
And the
so
glue.
right now RQ's looking clean.
Looking at draft here, looks like they're switching sides, where RQ this time they have the Joy and they have the Bruno. What, after this RQ will pick up the Farsa?
The Farsa.
And then Stormy is the one picking up the Odette?
I don't know.
This is definitely a swing that I didn't expect, right? RQ Hoshi now with this Joy definitely can make that lean in their favor. We don't really see anything to really stop it in his tracks so far. I mean, maybe the Bellerin comes out. Maybe the TIG comes out. Definitely some viable options. Maybe even locking in that Granger here could be a wise decision because they need an answer for this Bruno.
We'll find a way.
I think we're going to end up seeing and since he's not going to pick his marksman here, big chance RQ bans out the Granger. Do we think SRG goes for the innocent Moskov pick here towards the end? It could be a possibility depending on what marksmen get banned out. And just to some comfortability, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, it makes sense. Once the Joy comes in, at least you can peel for yourself, right?
Well, they have an answer to the glue, picking up this Vexana, so they're not too worried about that. But yeah, the Moskov can definitely be a wise play. The Beatrix still up for grabs as well. Maybe limiting some of the gold lane potential maybe on the board for RRQ Hoshi to deny Innocent getting comfortable. I mean, we've been seeing Skylar scale better in the early phase, right? He's just been having a little bit of an easier time, whereas that rubber band effect kind of works more for Innocent as the later the game goes, Cram and Yumes are able to find the opportunity. So maybe even giving something to Cram to create that double dive composition that we're used to seeing to capitalize on the mistakes could be what they're looking for the second half of the draft.
I think Cram still gets this Gatot. I think in the end, Gatot goes over to Cram here, which gives them that dive that you want, and it worked very well last game. If RQ doesn't ban it, there's still a chip open, which is kind of, you know, a backhand strategy, something they could fall into. The Lu Yi's still open, and then Marksman, and that's where RQ's at right now. It's like, do we go full into Marksman? I think they definitely probably get rid of the Granger. They take out the chip
Okay, the
option,
chip
so
was
that's
banned.
off
The
map.
chip was banned.
Maybe they just get rid of any map displacement options and just go into the Lu Yi as well.
I think the Lu Yi would be a good pickup here, right? I mean, definitely could affect this Gatot, the Suyo, and even the Vexana. I wonder if SRG will be able to sniff that one out. We still got to see what the gold lane matchup is going to be as well up against this Bruno. Now, are we seeing the Hylos still up for grabs? Could be something that SRG goes in for, especially on this XP lane matchup or Rome matchup that we're going to be seeing moving forward. Maybe even the Belleric could be coming out here.
Beleric's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility.
Is up with the Farshak getting banned?
So
What?
I don't think they slot
What
in
is?
gold lane right away. I think most likely they go Rome and then.
Why are they prioritizing that Farsha that much?
as maximum.
Am I missing something? Do I need to
counter, know
play the
exactly
game
what they're
and
gonna be up
try out the
against.
Farsha?
RQ on their last ban. They might leave the Granger. It's definitely a possibility.
I don't really see the value of Farsha.
I mean, if they banned the chip, they banned the Guinevere before. The TIG is open as well. I wouldn't say the Edith was that big of a problem in the previous match. It looks like they're batting out the Bellaric. They're more worried about the Bellaric, the matchup against the Joy. Now, SRG, they can pick up the Granger now because here's the thing: if they don't pick up the Granger now, that's a bit sus. that makes it sound like they have a different answer for this Bruno. Perhaps they figured out, because here's the thing, SRG,
vengeance incarnate.
now they pick out the Moscow, because here's the thing, SRG is the one that said,
Bro, Moscow
Granger
versus
is the
Bruno
counter towards
Inter.
Bruno. But our problem is, we can't close games with it. So,
You know what you can close games with?
a
Innocence Moscow.
Oh yeah, that's the maniac there. That's the half man, half beast.
Now the last question is the final pickup for SRG with the Gatot. Do they go something like the Hylos to lock this in? For the side of RRQ though, I mean, with the Granger, or with the Bruno and the Moskov matchups, definitely going to be interesting. You're going to have to watch out for the split push. That Spear of Destruction puts a lot of mobility into the hands of SRG, but they have some answers to get to that backline, right? You still have this Joy, and there isn't the Bellaric to really stop it in its tracks. Kadita, though.
Kadita? Okay, the Khalid makes sense. I think Khalid is a good pick against SRG, but the Kadita, though.
RQ picked this once before in Wildcard. I mean, in Swiss Stage. I can't remember whether it won or lost, but it has been picked up one time by RQ. It might have been picked up by other teams, but I know RQ has. This has been a fallback. It is not Rome Kadita. It is mid Kadita.
Unless they want to pull a Warlord and mid Khalid.
Mid Khalid and Rome Kadita. I mean, it's possible, right?
It's, I mean,
either one.
Hey,
either one doesn't belong there.
As long as Khalid is somewhere around mid, the damage is going to be good enough to stop the movements from Selangor and Giant. So honestly, I'm liking the draft coming in from RQ.
It's funny because Renz is just digging deep in his bag right now.
What you mean digging deep, huh? What you mean digging deep? Guinevere.
Mix, and there goes the Guinevere to wrap things up for SRG. How we feeling about it?
It's a Guinevere Rome.
So let's not get too excited.
Yeah, it's Kadita.
It's Kadita mid.
Who's the Gwen going to catch, though? That's a lot of hard targets to find.
Hey, with the right mindset, you can catch all of them. Thank you very much to our panelists. And Marco, Leo, you guys ready for this one?
We're more than ready. We're looking forward to that Kadita coming through. 60% of the time, it works every time.
50% win rate is the win rate we have right now. 2 times it was picked up already in the Swiss stage, I believe. Yeah, no knockout stage appearance, so this is the debut of Mrs. Kadita on the world stage knockouts.
That is the Indonesian Siren conquering the seas against SRG, who came back in game 1 and now are once again deploying Hume's Guinevere, which came at the bane of NIP Flash last night. Here we go, game number 2, into the battlefield we go. And I gotta tell you now, when RRQ are up against the ropes like this, when they lose a game like that, something tells me it's a download situation. Do you remember TLID?
Yeah. I remember Twisted Minds as well in the Swiss stage. So, yeah, RQ definitely have a pattern. Every single time they're down one game, it seems like, they take in all the mistakes they made in game 1. But I would say the same thing about SRG. Even when they win, they learn so much from their opponents. And I think they have also downloaded a lot from RQ, especially in the early game. Petrify, Breath of the Ocean, Rinse trying to go for the kill. One more. Almost kill pressure. Oh, the fadeaway. Just one splash of water. Yums took the orange buff. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but just the same, you have blamed Yums. He did his best, he tried.
It's either survive, orange buff, or die, no orange buff.
It's bad for SRG.
It's bad.
Either way.
No, it's not bad for SRG. Casters, that's an L, guys. Guys, casters.
Turtle spawning in the lower corner.
Casters. You don't need the orange buff with you. You don't need any of your fucking buffs at the first minute with any of your heroes.
It's a grab, that's a stun too. Severed soul on the curse blast. Now electrified
God.
From Sujen. Oh, what is that damage? Just
One
the breath of the
more.
ocean from Rins.
Let him go. Real quick, a look at the emblems there explains why Yums got away with it. But just the same, that concussive blast is also what took away the orange from Sikais. Now top lane.
You can give the buff over to your anything when you are a jungle, and you still get the total EXP, the full exactly EXP. It doesn't matter if you have the buff or not.
The dance of Sutsujin as he claims that kill, and it sets up perfectly for the first turtle.
Clean for the King of Kings. This will propel them forward up by about 1,000 and change now. 2 minutes in. Sutsujin clean with a take, and maybe the small camp, why not?
Just invading. Didn't need to use the retribution, so you can actually just go in, get a very, very safe invade, a bit more of a lead. And now it's just deja vu, right? I think for the most part, both SRG and RQ find themselves in this situation in most of their games. RQ are always leading at the start, but then lose out control. SRG are always down in the early game, but somehow manage to gain control in the mid game.
A very templated approach by RQ Hoshi. Patterns upon patterns you see. And I'm pretty sure Kezcute has drilled it into their minds. He brought out the blueprint, just laid it out and said, this is what you did last game, do it better. And what better a start could you ask for? A turtle, a compromised orange, 3 kills on the mercenary, and now look at this Edok pushing back to Yums and Sikais.
Do it better doesn't even cut it anymore, you know? That was an M5 thing. You gotta do it greater in M6.
Than ever.
Than ever.
Game never over. I mean,
I'm here. What do you want me to say? You want me to jump around naked and do like, what, man? What instant? I'm here. I'm watching.
Speeding it up, putting Rins on a hero that can pick off easy targets. Innocent.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you now, even Sikai's.
Yeah, Innocent is gonna be getting freaking pressured out of the lane.
Like right now,
of course, he's gonna get pressured out of the lane. It's versus the Bruno.
Like in this game, Edok is paying more attention to Skylar than they did in the previous one, right? Despite the fact that Granger was winning the matchup, I think now they're thinking, okay, we got a Bruno up against a Moskov. Even if we get to mid-game, late-game together, if they scale up properly, Bruno should still have the edge.
That's right. So by sending Edok over there, they protect the early game, they secure the mid-game, and then the inevitable late game. Yep. Bruno is, I want to say infinitely scaling, but when you put it...
Basically.
It's almost there. Especially if your opponent has to start juggling Winter Crowns, Wind of Natures, and maybe Innocent doesn't even walk away with, oh, Yums jumping in, thump through, forcing Rins to skip him as well. Turtle here, now we got the dance, there's a knock-up.
Dyron with time plan, pass, good revitalize. Stormy will be taken down by Edok. Rins caught in the bad spot, Cran trying to go for the chase, but it will just be a pick onto Stormy and then neutral objective for RRQ Hoshi.
It's a man down for the Giants as RRQ Hoshi go ahead to barrel away at the Turtle. 2,000 gold ahead. Turtle soup on the menu here for the King of Kings.
There you go. Another neutral objective without the retribution for Sutsujin. A clean and simple...
What's going on with you, Winston? What's going on? You want to tell me something?
Catching your opponents before the fight. And SRG, I think they're now finally understanding the pattern. Skylar, though, wants to continue to push up top against Innocent. He has to be careful. He has to purify. Doesn't even need it. Dashes away from the spatial migration.
Slide tackle, so useful as a tool. Engaging, disengaging.
Okay.
Stormy spots one, Rins. Oh no, he gets
Man. Ooh, the power of Kadita.
SOD connecting as well.
Oh my God, the power of Kadita.
Cram here, down to a fifth of his health. In comes the EG. Stormy disengages.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sutsujin is having a little bit of a dance with Innocent.
Innocent is so good though, man. He's just gonna be moving straight to this bottom lane.
Yeah. Over to RRQ Hoshi in the 5th minute of the game. Skylar has just been so oppressive on this Bruno.
Basically, that's what this 3,000 gold lead buys for RRQ Hoshi. The fact that they can send
Innocent is so freaking good.
See, this is the situation I'm talking about. The fact that you're...
Oh no! I fucking caster cast him again. No! My caster cards is so real, bro. My caster cards is so real, man.
Sutsujin trying to bait out that spatial migration again. Great read on the spatial
My caster cards, it always works out. Oh my God, now Yums is gone probably.
Can he get out of the situation? Yes.
Okay, he barely survives. Oh my God.
Yums staying composed.
Hey, if Rins had that combo, my Malaysian goat would have been cooked.
Is Yums your Malaysian goat?
Yes, he is.
I see.
Who else would be?
I don't know. Skies?
Piku
I
guy.
think Yums has been there longer. I agree.
The Sky Prince, though, we got to talk about his performance. 0-2 right now, 5-6 minutes in to game number 2. I think all the critics, all the pundits, all the analysts online are saying this is not the same Sakai, but wait, they're looking to get one here. Oh no, the knock-up!
The Valor Requiem 2 and the AOG connects. Rins goes to the rough waves. It'll be a trade. Edok taken down.
Okay, cramp. The damage.
SRG are looking to capitalize.
The king needs to go!
Oh my god, man. Freaking SRG always claps back.
Mercenary takes him down off cam!
Wait, wait, oh no, man. That's an L. Innocent dies in a freaking 1v1 to Sutsujin.
Goes over to Cram. Slide tackle forward. Oh! Almost a goal. Almost.
Can they get it?
Sutsujin baiting it out. Now walking forward.
The frick, Sutsujin?
From the mercenary.
He had his mark and he found it.
Oh, Rin, once again. Damn, bruh. Kadita's going crazy too.
Staying alive.
Barely. Just
Rins has been playing the good on the Kadita.
Skies, he didn't use a retribution. He should still be able to contest this, but I don't know if he should. Edok's walking up, and Sutsujin will be the one to claim the purple buff. What's the term?
Grand Theft Purple, baby. He is guilty. 3,000 gold ahead. It's the same story as game number 1. SRG, if you ask me, I think this lineup right here, it might actually be built better to come back.
Yeah.
I actually like it. The chances of this lineup coming back compared to game 1 is better. But watching this game, 8 minutes in, Arky Hoshi are going faster. So will they even find that window?
I think it's a great point you brought out. SRG, they have a better comeback composition. But I could say the same thing about RQ. They have fixed on the errors that they had in game 1. They have a better snowball composition.
Yep.
If they get the lead that they got in game 1,
which they're working to,
very, very close to getting, I would say, in this moment of the game, right? 8 minutes, we saw a very similar amount of gold lead. Petrify, oh, rough waves again, Innocent didn't even get the Purify out!
And now Yums pushed back. No dice for SRG.
Yikes.
That's what we're talking about. The Rins played the Odette prior, and now that it's the Kadira, who by the way just picked up the concealed boots, AOG coming through, Rins might get punished!
And he will, ready, set, farm! Edok! Finding Stormy in the backslashing him, and Skylar will just go with the balls, with the House Claws as well. Now Cram mounted.
Hey, here comes Innocent, picking up one. Picking up one, Innocent looking for a double. No. Okay, at least he will survive. Okay, Sekis might fall. No, man. Blue still on top of that Moscow. Oh, Sekis. Oh. No, Innocent is still surviving. Holy shit.
Spatial migration from Yums, and
Yums.
Bananas is it up.
Oh my lord.
Irabantana.
Spawns here, upper quarter. About 9 minutes and a half into game number 2. The fact that
this is a high level game,
finishing what they start and they find their marks. Another one for Rins. Stormy goes. Let me finish my sentence.
Kadita.
Rins. It's very deja vu to the previous Kadita gods.
He follows a lineage of amazing Indonesian talents, and now on behalf of the King of Kings, he's looking to right the wrongs of game number 1. Even the orange here, Sekais is struggling to secure.
The orange buff taken away, Sky's not able or didn't need to go for the retribution. And RQ against Skylar, what is he looking out? He's looking at 3 items, almost 4, actually just 2 components too. So he's pulling enough to be a beast. That's a concentrated energy for Sutsujin. So wants a bit more sustain in these skirmishes. Knows SRG can actually
going with that build, huh?
threaten him in a lot of these dives.
Arky Hoshi knows that they're sharing the core role. There's 3 main damage dealers on their lineup, and that should lead to more than just an inhibitor shield popping here. Oh no, Cram's in trouble.
AOG defensively in the back. Rins again jumps into the rough waves and a Petrify, but it only connects on the Yums. Now the SOD to the back.
You.
Migration and Innocence there. Edok walking up.
And they push back. The rest is
Here comes Innocent. Innocent, he doesn't have the ultimate.
on our RQ as well.
He doesn't have the spear of he doesn't have the spear of destruction. The spear of destruction. He doesn't have the spear of I cannot say it fast enough. He doesn't have the spear of destruction. He doesn't have the spear of destruction.
Number 3 overall.
He doesn't have the spear of destruction. Okay, whatever.
Has the Trinity,
He doesn't have the spear of destruction.
through a rose gold dog.
He doesn't have the spear of destruction. If I say it like that, it goes fluent.
But the truth be told, that's just an extra layer of protection because once Innocent finds a window, you've seen it happen at least once or twice.
He doesn't have the spear of destruction.
Okay. Cram? Yeah. Arkeyoshi actually don't want to go in on that. I'm going to take a look at the items. Actually, Blade Armor and the Thunderbolt, those are the only 2 items that Edok has right now. He's building towards what I assume to be an Athena Shield.
Yeah, what is Edok playing on?
SRG.
Yeah.
These targets are still very squishy, right? Because I think Edok has more ways to deal with the Moscow, but now we definitely know why Dyron's been taken down 3 times. It's because he just doesn't have enough physical defense yet.
He's on his way to a Blade Armor, so that should spell disaster for Innocent. Even Sekai has to watch out for it once he, flicker splits, which he, by the way, has right now. I think they're all just posting up for this Lord spawning in the lower quarter. That's still about 5,000, 6,000 gold. The Edok spots Cram, push him out of bush. I wonder if he knows. That bush set up by SRG.
That team isn't even in this tournament, man.
Could have joined that long list.
TLPH.
Building.
Started
year
off
after
with the
year.
M5 World Championship Grand Finals.
Yeah. What is that currently? Like 6 or 7 dudes on that list.
I lost count, if I'm being honest with you, but Lord will be spawning back in the game. This is the second Lord of the game, an enhanced Lord, 13 minutes in. And I don't know, do SRG want to contest? I think they have enough tools to actually deal with this Lord still, but do you want to play that gamble?
I mean, we've seen them come back from much worse, right? Game number 1 was a 9,000 gold lead. Here at just 5,000, and again, a more comebackable lineup, it should be fine. Look at this from afar! Stormy gets caught by Rins, the full combo, and now Diamond.
I'm looking at Innocent though.
Oh, good flicker from Yomes to cancel the slam, or the pass, bring back. And it will just be the Lord for Arkeyoshi. Man, Rins has been on point.
That last update on Kadira, the force swing, the backswing reduction time, making that combo all the more elusive, cutting sentences, starting fights from out of nowhere. Stormy couldn't even flicker away. You look at that, 5 kills so far. 4 of those were off of Rins.
Yeah, and okay. I thought Stormy got tough boots for the tenacity, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Enhanced Lord of the mid lane will be able to break the base turret. Raging Sandstorm from Edok.
In the thick of it, now he fights one. Sekai's has fallen. Selangor looking for the clapback.
Innocent walking up. Sutsujin with the damage. Over now. Spatial migration from Yumes. Unable to connect. Skyler. One last.
Oh my god, Innocent.
Gets back to the base in time.
The conceal.
Okay.
Allowing for faster movements. Allowing for a
Nah, this GG's, man. 1-1. 1-1, right? Yeah, 1-1.
Immortality out. And that's a wipeout.
W. That's 1-1.
Reigns. An equalizer from the Kings of Kings.
Satu the score. We have a ball game.
Arkeyoshi with the equalization in game number 2. And just like that, I mean, we kind of knew it was, we all predicted.
I shouldn't my stream and go look for food.
How did SRG not see this coming? We've seen it a couple of times in the Swiss, but now in the knockouts, what a breakout performance by Rins.
I think we gotta throw it to the panel for this.
I hope they talk about the Kadira plenty. LaFell, Wheezy, Trex, your turn.
Dude, that Kadira worked out. You guys ready for a long day? Because looks like we are, because this is a series. Satu-sama. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
1-1, baby.
1-1.
1-1, baby. Satu-sama.
Hey, nice. But yeah, that Kadira though, we're gonna look at the items because, yeah, Stormy didn't build the tough boost did he? Because there was no reaction against that Kadira.
It was a problem. I mean, the setups were insane and definitely a good victory for Arkeyoshi. Man, the pocket picks. The Odette was an issue, even though they weren't able to pull off the victory, and now the Kadira was able to right the wrongs from game number 1. Okay. What a series.
So yeah, looking at the boots, it's demon boots so that Stormy can sustain in terms of the mana. But yeah, having no tough boots means you don't have the resilience, means that crowd control is 100% of the time is not canceled out. So that's part of the reason. The only one that really has tough boots is just Cram. Everyone else doesn't. So whoever gets caught by Rins is going to get deleted.
Yeah, and it would have been very helpful for Innocent as well for any moment, because I mean, just that little bit of time that you get from the crowd delay or crowd control gets shortened helps so much from that, and I think it's a good point that you brought up. And you think that, I mean, I get it, early game Stormy just having the demon boots, but then about halfway in, at some point, maybe swap them out, maybe change it up. Once the crowd control is getting too much, because it's not even just Kadita, it's Edok as well, landing those big raging sandstorms. It's Dyren. It is the whole package of crowd control that RQ brought.
And Sujin on this Joy, which has been such a major threat, spearheading the way with the KDA. Able to get to the back line when necessary. You see not too many junglers, even on the 1v1.
Yeah, guys, this has been such a wonderful experience for me to watch. These amazing games, but this is a little bit too dead for me, man. I cannot hang around. I'm also getting hungry again. I need to go cart clean and cook myself, okay? So I'm gonna be ending my stream here. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I'll be seeing you guys again. I don't know when, okay? Goodbye, guys.
There was a point where I think they had a clear route to victory.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one.